Hello, and welcome to the Beaker Show. We are jumping in today with session, oh goodness, I think 98. So we got a lot going on. We got a lot of interesting situations that happened in the last session. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get our players in here, give a little recap, and see what's gonna happen today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, so getting everybody up to speed here. Last session, we saw you guys doing a little investigating around Aralani, trying to follow down or track down this shape-shifting creature that seemed to be running amok in the city. Unfortunately, did not quite prevail. You weren't able to suss them out quick enough, as it seemed by the time you located them using magic, they teleported themselves somewhere else. However, you did find some clues leading to what they may have been up to here and where they may be headed, learning that there seemed to be some sort of operation that was happening between this town and Baldur's Gate and perhaps some others, and that this individual had an appointment to keep. They were headed to Baldur's Gate the next day to drop off some package, something of interest between these two parties. So with that in mind, you guys did a little scoping of the village or of the town to see what you could figure out. Started some rumors, made the town guards look like some real pieces of work. Shut down a couple taverns, got drunk and fell asleep. Then the next day, you didn't clean up your mess. You just made a little bit more with some more villagers, starting an anti-town guard protest as you all decided to set your sights on the town of Kreider. As it seemed like one of the headlines in the news this morning was that Kreider had been set aflame and attacked in the night. So you guys packed up and began to head that way. As you arrived at the town of Kreider that was on the side of a mountain, you found that it was pretty much decimated, destroyed. There were plumes of smoke and trails of fire and lava that had replaced many portions of the city. And as you made your way towards the center, you found a sphere, a black sphere that seemed to be full of stars that you were a little uncertain about, but as you approached and came within view of it, you watched as it sprouted wings and 5 heads, a pair of legs and a pair of front legs, and took on the shape of an interesting, almost astral, void-looking 5-headed aspect of Tiamat. And you began to do battle here in the ruined town of Kreider. Didn't take too long to realize that this aspect had some unique abilities. It had the ability to teleport. It had some sort of portal technology to redirect things. And as it came close to the end of its life and Lalia dealt the killing blow to this creature, you watched as its body collapsed upon itself like an exploding star. And did just that. Exploded. A few of you were... At least one of you was knocked unconscious. Many of you were hurt in this explosion. And as the dust settled and you could once again take in what was left of this mountaintop, we found that only Calliope and Zanzibar were left here in the ruins of Kreider. So we saw that Bink and Lalia had somehow been teleported to other planes or other areas of existence. And that's where we left off, and that's also where we'll pick up. So, we're going to start back in the town of Kreider. So let me go ahead and pull that board up for us here. And I have copy-pasted and made it an update to the area the two of you are standing in.
Oh, man.
So, this is what remains of the town of Kreider as we find Calliope and Zan standing amongst the debris and the leveled top of this mountain. As we focus in, we find that Zanzadar, you see Calliope standing before you as you're kind of taking in what just happened. And you see that her eyes are still rolled back, and she seems to be not fully coherent in this moment. As Callie, you are still suffering the effects of being driven insane by the void dragon that you fought, and are currently under the effects of the confusion spell. So, that being said, I think what we'll do for the moment is we'll keep initiative order. And it sounded like you guys were cool with the initiative you had before.
Yeah.
And we will just kind of role play / combat through this to see what happens. And I think a large portion of that will be dependent on Callie's rolls during confusion. So it could be over quick, or it could take a while. But let's go ahead and jump in. So, initiative-wise, we were coming back to Calliope's turn. So we'll go ahead and have Callie here roll for her confusion to see how she reacts.
Alrighty. She continues to just laugh and sob at the same time as tears are streaming down her face as she does nothing.
So Zan, that is the sight that you take in before you seeing Callie in this area around you. What would Zan do? It is your turn.
So, that's hard. When this was first cast on Callie, you said it registered as fear first and then transitioned to a psychotic nature.
Yes. So because she was...
I think it's because I failed my save by more than 5 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it initially presented as a fear, but because of how unprepared she was, you watched as her psyche kind of broke.
Okay. I think the fact that Zan probably registered that during the battle and then saw her running like in a different direction the dragon was and then yelling out, thanks for the help. He kind of knows, like, she's not in her head. Think he would know that because the dragon's dead, it's not a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be some kind of curse or something. The scrolls he got from Lalia, one of them was remove curse. I think he'll go after that.
Okay. Was that a touch?
I don't know. I don't have the spell, so
Give me a sec.
I have to look it up.
Oh, yes. It is touch, yes.
Okay. Then, yeah, he'll pull it out and try and run up to her.
Okay. As you approach, what does he see when he gets full vision of this, as he's up close and personal?
To me?
Yeah. what's Callie's kind of like reaction to Zan approaching?
Ooh, good question. So I think for the most part she's like staring. It looks like she's looking at something, but that something is maybe 50 yards away. And so it's almost like a vacant stare, but it's clear that her eyes are locked onto something. And again, no words, nothing like that. She's just laughing hysterically as tears are pouring from her eyes. And when she senses Zan's movement, I think there's a full-fledged, like, intense flinch.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as though she's unprepared for someone to be that close. But while her eyes might briefly move to Zan, they immediately lock back out somewhere like over your left shoulder and just continue staring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, this would be a really good time to have read thought.
Right.
So yeah, they'll cast the remove curse.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to rule this, because I know that the effect itself could be ended by Greater Restoration, but Greater Restoration doesn't get curses, which means in my mind that this wouldn't be a curse.
Right.
However, I like the use, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you roll for it.
Okay.
So since this didn't have a spell level assigned, and it was a legendary creature, and it was a effect from a legendary creature, I'm going to set this DC to 20. And so you're going to roll for the spell scroll. So it'll be
Okay.
a D20 roll plus your spellcasting modifier.
Gotcha. So it's +6, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you need a 14 or higher.
Well,
Okay. So as you focus on this scroll, it's in your wheelhouse, having had some clerical knowledge and that type of training, but it's just not something you've picked up before, and it's not something you've practiced. So as you channel your power, your essence through this spell scroll and attempt to use it to break whatever is affecting Callie, you find that the resistance is greater than what you were ready for. So unfortunately the spell is unable to remove this. You do get to keep the scroll. It'll still have that, but I'll say you can't use it next turn. You'd have to use it the turn after that if you wanted to try again with that specific scroll.
gotcha.
If we're still here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think too, when Zan actually touches Calliope, she screams. Like, full blood-curdling, loud, and, like, that's all she could do, because she can't move, she can't take reactions, but I think she is now screaming.
I think, okay, so Zan grabs her arm, pulls out the scroll with the other hand, starts reading. Callie screams, and like the scroll, the arcane image of the spell coming off of the scroll like cracks and breaks because of it. And he's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll try another thing.
I love it. Zan, would you like to perform any other actions on your turn?
Oh, that's right. So, let's say the spell scroll was an action.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hitting bonus action and movement as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting question, because I don't know what level remove curses.
Mhm.
If it came from an item, does that count as like the higher level spell, and then I have to do a spell lower than second level?
Nope. Yeah, spell score does not count against your spell total allowance.
Okay. Man, I just can't deal with all this screaming while I'm trying to think. Burn 2 spell points and cast banishment.
On Callie?
On Callie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Alright.
So I get to the spell.
I believe it's a con save.
It's charisma.
Charisma.
And she has advantage.
Alright.
Because it's a spell. $26.
Oh, that beats it.
Oh.
Oh.
So she's still screaming.
Well, that obviously didn't work.
And so I think, let's see, we're on the material plane, right? So you're about to send her to a demi-plane.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I'm not in like, how do you embody this? So as the demi-plane starts to surround her, there's like this sudden urgency from her, and she just starts screaming, "No! No! Don't send me there! Don't send me to the nothing!"
I think he's kind of just shocked by this as the spell breaks. Because there's like something there to ask about later on.
Mhm.
There's nothing around us.
Rubble and rocks.
I think whatever is left of Zan's movement, he's gonna fly upward.
Okay.
That way, if she tries to retaliate, there's nothing she can monk shit up on.
Mm-hmm. What's your total movement?
30.
Okay, so it took you 30 to get to her.
Oh, okay.
So you can begin hovering.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to make it much higher yet.
That's the end of Zan's turn.
Alright, that brings us back around to Callie.
Yogi.
Another roll for confusion.
She continues to stand and scream. And I would say, actually, with having been touched and having been like experiencing the sensation of being sent somewhere, I think she's almost now just like mumbling, like her lips are moving and very soft sound is coming out, and there are still tears in her eyes, but it's a little quieter for the moment.
Mm-hmm. That'll take us back to Zan.
You're doing great. You're doing so good.
Yeah. It's times like these where it's like, oh, now you know what you need to stock up on when you see a shop again.
Right?
If you see a shop again.
Right.
Contingencies you weren't planning for.
That won't work. Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how would Hold Monster work against this? It's not a great idea, but
Just like Hold Monster should work.
okay. Well,
Right? Should make a
they
save.
have to roll for what I think at the end of its turn or the beginning. So she'd roll for Hold Monster and Confusion, but even if she got something, because no, it takes an action to. Yeah, that sucks. Thanks.
Yeah, because she would roll Confusion first.
Yep.
Because that's the top of your turn. And then roll a save from Hold Monster at the end of her turn.
Could you still get an action to break out of it?
Yep.
What's the worst he could do to Callie right now? This is for running away from us.
You're now stuck here indefinitely.
We'll try this because it's kinda sorta the same, but a little bit different.
That's the whole vibe of this.
We're gonna cast Protection from Good and Evil on Callie. See what that does.
Okay. As you reach out and surround her with this energy, you feel like the energy is working and the energy is pulsing. But I'll tell you, mechanically, she is not frightened anymore.
She's something worser.
Yeah, she would have been only frightened if she didn't fail by five or more.
We can't all be perfect, so.
So, but you would at least get the sense that it doesn't change her mental state.
Does it change how she's acting? Like, is she still mumbling she doesn't want to go to the one place, or?
I would say this might give Callie a little bit of her mental faculties back, but I don't think that she would recognize what's going on.
Gotcha. I'll try to roll with the spell scroll again.
Okay, that'll have to be your next turn, remember? Or did we already go through a turn?
Nope, this is just this. We gotta wait one more turn,
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been counting spells, not turns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me check. I think now he's going to fly up.
30 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you 15, but we'll pretend it's 30.
Alright.
That way I don't have to zoom out a bunch. Anything else?
No, don't think so. I think he's like going to let whatever's taking its course take its course, and just follow her.
Okay.
Maybe she'll move again. We'll see.
Well, let's circle back to Callie. I want to try something if you're up for it.
Okay.
So the second category is 2 through 6.
Yeah.
Let's make that just 4. We'll make the first category 1 through 3, and the third category 5 through 8.
Okay. So 9 and 10 is still the only chance to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But
Right
I might
now.
not just have to stand still.
Yeah,
And do nothing.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless you get a 4.
Or a 9 or a 10. Yeah, 10. Woo! So, yeah. So I think, especially with Zan like leaving her sight line, it's, you know, he brought her focus in closer from that far off point, and then he flew up, and so now she's just taking in the rubble around her, and the benefit of the rubble is she can be very certain the dragon is nowhere nearby, right? She can't.
Yep.
So,
Take down.
yep. So I think some little macabre spark inside of her ignites, and as she's been rocking and muttering, Zan, you see her just go still for a second and center herself, and she is going to attempt to use the monk feature called, please hold, too many abilities, stillness of mind, which can end one effect on you that is causing you to be charmed or frightened. So I am not sure if that works since she's not frightened, but that is what she's going to try with her action.
I'm going to let you roll for it.
Okay.
What is your spellcasting modifier? Because I want it to be a difficult roll, but not impossible.
I mean, I cast spells using wisdom, I think, but I'm not a spellcaster, so I don't have one, technically. So it's whatever you...
What is your wisdom?
My wisdom is 20, so it's plus 5.
Okay.
That's what I use for key. That's what sets my DC for my stunning strike.
So I'll say it'd be similar to what I had Zan roll. You're going to roll and add your wisdom modifier. But given the previous attempts and the way that this is intended to work, I'm going to set your DC as a pass-fail. So it's 16. So you need an 11 or higher.
Okay. This is just a check.
Yep. Just a wisdom check, basically,
Let me check
for
on
you.
one thing really fast here before I roll this. It may not even matter, but I want to have my ducks in a row. The flip is it called? Okay. So that would be a dirty 20. No, that'd be a 19.
Yep. That's enough. So you are able to focus your mind from spinning out of control any longer. As your vision kind of clears, you see this landscape before you just demolished. And you can just see out of your upper peripheral Zan's boots floating in the air above you. Or his toes if he's not wearing boots.
Honestly, I think she just like slumps on the ground and just kind of sits there breathing hard, but like quieter than she's been for the last 30 seconds or so.
Are you back to you now?
More or less. What happened?
Well, we destroyed the aspect of Tiamat, and then a massive explosion went off, and you and I were the only two standing. I have no idea where Lalia or Bink are, or if they're even alive.
I think Calliope would take a minute or two to collect her wits and just kind of look around and say, like, do you think they're stuck under the rubble?
More likely, they were vaporized. I think they'd be stuck under the rubble.
Well, vaporization is not good for the mausoleum.
Oh, okay. What? Like, you could just find some horse bones, human bones from somebody else, and then you'd have a Lalia, technically.
Right. I think Calliope will just pick a direction and send a message out to... She'll start with Lalia and we'll say, hello? Are you there?
You get no response.
Turn to a slightly different angle and message Bink. Hello? Bink?
Nothing. Seems like they're either not there or out of range.
I think you're right. They got vaporized. So what do we do now?
As the shockwave had kind of washed over us, and Zane was still in the correct mindset, would he have noticed whether it was a massive damage AoE effect, or whether it was more of a disintegrate spell?
Are you trying to determine the effects now, like post it happening, or are you trying to remember what happened in the moment?
During his body being ripped apart and the feeling of each type of effect that might have occurred.
Okay, so I'm going to say with that then, it would either be a history check or Arcana at disadvantage.
Okay. I'm actually going to try something that I've never used before. So I'm going to go with the Arcana check.
Okay.
$17.
Okay.
I do, however, have magical guidance. When you make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll the d20. you must use the new roll.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're not gonna need it though, because 17 is gonna be good enough. So, as you're thinking back on it, you're recalling what happened, and you're gathering, based on what happened to you, how you're feeling now, what you can remember in the moment. It didn't seem like the intent was to disintegrate, and you can remember feeling not only fire, but like a radiant type energy as well, which is something you're used to, so you're able to pinpoint that. And also a small amount of like transportation magic. Given that you had seen the dragon transporting or teleporting, that's kind of where that little bit of spice is coming in. But yeah, you don't get the sense that it was intended to disintegrate.
Gotcha.
But to do massive damage for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, the dragon did teleport a lot. We could be... Well, I don't know if lucky is the right term. If it didn't blow them up, it might have teleported them elsewhere. I think at that, Zane will pull out the sending stone. Can anybody hear me?
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Okay. D1.
Okay, so Lalia, you hear him.
Okay.
Across plains. And I'd say it's been long enough that Bink, you would also hear him. Though the two of you only have like that first description I gave you last session so far.
Mm-hmm.
So like Bink, you can see that you're on an island.
Yeah.
And Lalia, you can see that you're
Not.
in out. You know that you're in outer space of some sort, but you do hear Zan's message. So either of you could reply if you wanted to.
Bink's just like, wait, me, correct? Like, as in, like, me and Lalia can...
Yep. Yeah, you and
Okay.
Lalia hear.
Bink's like... Oh. Where am I?
I don't know. That's
Where
what I'm
is
trying
everyone?
to figure out.
Bink was like... where... okay. I got my chunky apple juice. Okay. What the hell? There's just water!
Only water.
I'm on a rock in the middle of the ocean.
Lovely. Do you have any
Where
other
are you
landmarks
guys?
besides that?
No, there's no landmarks or anything. It's just water. I'm on a rock. That's it.
Me and Callie are back where we fought the dragon.
Yeah, you guys just disappeared.
I think it was more likely you disappeared, but whatever.
What? Are you guys together? Is
I'm
everyone
with
together, or
Callie.
it? And Lalia?
I don't know.
Lalia, are you on this line?
I'm on the line, but I don't think I'm on the plane.
What
different
makes you
plane.
say that?
Because I've never seen anything like where I am before. And would you believe it? There are still fucking stairs.
Uh-huh.
How do you know if you're in other planes if there's stairs then? Is that like the only like dead giveaway or like?
Well, the air feels weird. The sky is a different color. There is no ground. Or water. Or trees.
You could be in space.
What?
Never mind.
Sounds like you're dead.
No.
Yeah, it can also be that.
We've been to hell, and I've been to Scarlet's Kingdom. I am not dead.
First stage of grief is denial.
I think this is worse than death.
I think she jumped through everything. If that were the case.
Do I have any idea where I am? Or is it, like, do I have an inkling of what I might have landed in?
I'll give both of you a snapshot of where you're at and what you see before you. I'll start with Bink since he spoke up first.
Mm-hmm.
Bink, this is what you see.
Give me a shark. Oh my. Wow, I really am on a rock. God damn, that's a lot smaller than I thought it'd be.
Well, that's what you see. And a whole bunch of blue.
Wow.
And then I'll give Lalia a snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
Lalia, you see this. And there's a dude standing in front of you who looks like he was made out of Play-Doh. He has no face, no mouth, no eyes, and he's wearing armor. And you can only guess that they're staring at you. But that's what you see in the moment.
I got to call you back.
Well, why? What's going on?
She stops responding. For when we get to
Yeah,
that
wait, what
part of the
happened?
story.
You okay?
Line goes quiet.
Hey, you don't happen to have the plane of stars on your cube thingy?
Bink starts looking around on it. Am I able to actually see if it has like a picture of it or something to identify if I can do that or not?
It would be on the list. Because we made a list of what teleports you have, I think.
Oh wait, did I write that down or did you put that in general? I forgot because I definitely if I did write it down, then let me see. Let me see.
Did you put it in the
Did
item
I have-
description, maybe?
Let me see if I put that in my DnD notebook or if I put it on my phone. Give me one sec. Let's see if I put it in notes. No, I probably put it on my phone then. Give me a sec. Planes of... No. Cube. No.
Alright, the cube.
Okay, I got it.
You got it, okay.
Sides 1 links to the material plane. Side 2 links to Feywild. Side 3 links to the astral planes. Side 4 links to the planes of fire. Side 5 links to the plane of Acheron, lawful, neutral, and lawful evil. Side 6 links to the negative plane, aka the plane of death.
Technically, you do.
Which one was it called that she's stuck in?
Astral.
She's in astral. Got it. Okay, so I would have to use side 3, and I can click my way to her and get her out. I just kind of like somehow pinpoint exactly where in the astral she is.
Oh no.
I'm like, I can get there. I
So-
just don't know if I can teleport exactly to where she is because that's like an infinite plane.
Uh-huh.
So I will say, Zan, as you ask Bink this, and Bink, you're thinking about your cube and you're pulling it out to take a look at all the sides, your line's gonna go dead. Because I don't want to get too far ahead without
Gotcha.
checking in with your guys' stories. So Zan, you would hear Bink like thinking about the cube and kind of telling you he's looking for it, he's gonna pull it out and check, and then silence.
Oh, like connection cuts.
Yep. Like something happened,
Oh,
and we'll figure
Alright.
out in just a little bit.
before anything, would I be able to heal myself in the meantime?
You would have time to use some spells.
Not
some
a short
potions.
rest, though.
No, you're probably not going to get a short rest yet.
Roger that.
But
Let's see.
potions and spells you could use.
Do I have any potions?
think after that, Zan will
Yes, I do.
fly down Cali.
I'm gonna use Potion of Supreme Healing.
Cool.
We can either take a rest here or we can start walking. Bink's in the middle of a ocean on some rock, and Lalia is in outer space with stairs.
I know.
What does... You have Ascending Stone?
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Oh, okay. Because you... I tried to banish you, and you were like, don't send me to that place. So, you've been to the Astral or no?
No. When would I have gone to the astral?
I don't know. But people banish you a lot.
No. I can't think of a time that I've been banished.
So, what's this place that you all want to go to then?
Well, there are several places I'm not super excited to go to. Anywhere whose theme is bright pink. Gives me a
Oh.
headache.
Okay.
Why? What's on your vacation no-go list?
I don't have any yet. I think everywhere we've been has been pretty interesting. Probably don't want to go to hell. Seen some liches that had some decor that I didn't like.
Do you want to go to the astral plane? I mean, someone has to get Lalia, but do you want to go otherwise?
Not sure my opinion matters because we're going to have to go there anyway to beat up Thog.
True.
And, I mean, it's not like we can pretend we're dead now, because we just talked to Bink and Lalia, so... I
Well,
mean,
you can always pretend you're dead. It's fun to pretend to be a corpse.
my point is, if we wanted to walk away from this save the world thing and live out our lives peacefully for whatever time we have left. We just missed our opportunity. So, do you want to start walking or do you want to take a short rest here?
I mean, other than feeling like my brain's a little scrambled, I'm good to go. But you look like shit. So, if you want to take a break, we could do that.
Yeah, I think we probably should. Considering you go down more often than I do anyway. So now I have to be more of the protector since Lolly is gone.
I can
No
pull my
offense.
own weight.
Yeah, you sure did in that last fight.
Why weren't you afraid of the dragon?
Fought quite a few dragons, and that's not the scariest one that we've fought.
I don't know. There was something about this one. When I looked into its eyes, it was like I could just see nothing for forever. Emptiness.
And nothing scares you.
Nothing scares me, that's right.
That's funny.
Why is that funny?
Just the double meaning behind it.
Right.
No, I think... Is it the idea of being atomized and being obliterated into nothing that scares you, or is it being flung out into nothingness?
Oh, I'm not afraid of dying at all. Obliteration of any form is fine, though vaporization, again, is not the best for mausoleums or crypts or anything like that, so... But no, just the idea of continuing in one direction with nothing above or below you, in front or behind you, and just going forever and not dying. Just nothing.
I think at that point you'd lose your sense of direction, so going in one direction it seems very narrow view for that sort of thing. Because essentially, if you're flung out into nothingness and nothingness is all around you, you're traveling in every direction.
Is this supposed to make me feel better?
No. I've just had too much time to think about it.
Well, that's good, because it's definitely not. We need to work on your pep talks before you mentor another one of the scaly eyes.
Thanks for the feedback.
You're welcome. Still, out of all of us, I guess I'm glad that you and I are still together. And
Don't
Aiden.
say weird things like that.
What? What's weird about it?
Ever since the night at the bar, you've been coming on to me weird a funny way.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Do you want me to ignore you? That's gonna be super hard with just.
No, just don't say weird stuff.
She like pauses a minute and tilts her head and like looks at you, and she's like, "You know that's kind of my thing, right? The weird stuff."
This is going to be a long walk.
I think that's a good spot to switch scenes.
Yeah.
While we jump over to Bink, you guys, the two of you, Callie and Zan, can complete a short rest if you'd like to roll hit dice.
Okay.
But we will swap scenes here and rewind just a couple of minutes before the Sending Stone call to see what Bink was up to. So, Bink, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so Bink, having narrowly avoided death, waking up and hearing the sound of seagulls and the smell of salty seawater, you chug a potion of healing, which, I don't know if you saw my chat or not, but you're out of combat, so remember that heals max.
Yes. Oh, I didn't have to roll for it. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't have to roll. So it would have been 40 plus whatever the plus is for that health potion. Plus the 1 point that you already had.
So let me just do. I'm pretty sure it's 60. Yeah, 10d4 plus 20, so yeah, 60.
Yep, so you'd be at 61.
Alrighty.
Cool. So, Bink, as you sit up and take in your surroundings, a little bleary-eyed, still a little unfocused, you find yourself on a rock. It's not a very big rock, but you can see around you some debris. Looks like maybe a small ship at one point had crashed on this rock, and there's leftover bits and pieces of that, and you can see some fish. It's some pretty clear blue waters, but that is your view. What do you do?
So last thing you hear is Lolly's in the astral, and now I'm separated with Zan and Callie. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna resummon Peter.
That takes an hour.
No, I think it's 10
No, that
minutes.
takes like I think 10 minutes.
Okay, so Bink, as you sit down to begin working on resummoning Peter, you're pretty focused, and you know you got to draw some runes, you got to pull out some items, and you start working on this. You get maybe a minute or two in, and you hear the sound of a small explosion behind you. And a moment later, you watch as one of the rocks on the island next to you shatters and explodes, throwing debris across the rock that you're on.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
As you kind of are shocked and you turn to look for a moment, you see freshly embedded in the stone next to you is a cannonball.
I'm gonna look towards like all around really quick and see if I can spot a ship that did that.
As you turn and look, you do in fact see a large ship with a small ship sailing just next to it. And you can see that this larger ship is shooting cannons at this smaller ship. And you can see as every now and then one of them just kind of whizzes off at the wrong direction. So you can assume why one might have came at you.
So I can assume that they don't see me.
Yep. Not yet. Doesn't seem like they're
Bink
shooting at
is Okay, so Bink is gonna. How far are they? Like, what's the farthest that big ship is for me?
Let's find out. I just kind of eyeballed it. It's about 300 feet, 275.
Okay. Bink is gonna look at the top of the. You know where the crow's nest is on the ship?
Yep.
Yeah, on the big ship, I'm gonna teleport with. Where does my ability called? Because I have not used it in a while. It's a 5th level spell. Where is it called again? Where is it? I don't think I switched it out. Wait a second. No, it's 4th level spell. I'm gonna use Dimension Door, 4th level spell, to go to the crow's nest of the top of the ship.
Cool. So you see that there isn't necessarily a crow's nest, but there is a little platform up there.
Okay.
And you're able to kind of eyeball it. And Bink, you use your Dimension Door, and you find yourselves standing atop the sails of a ship that seems to be mostly wooden, but is decorated with a vast amount of skulls and bones, and it looks like cobwebs and spider webbing, and it definitely looks a little strange. But as you stare down onto the deck, you can hear someone shouting, "Fire again! Get him off our tail!"
That's from the ship that I'm on, right?
Yep.
Saying it to the little ship?
Saying it about the little ship, at least.
Like, get them off of our tail. Okay. Bink is just gonna. He's gonna kind of keep on listening in to kind of grasp the situation a little more and heal himself with 3rd level heal word.
Yep. Once you roll that, go ahead and roll the perception check for me.
Okay, it's a 13 health. And what was that?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. It's 23.
Okay. That's pretty good. So, as you're kind of healing yourself and just kind of taking in what in the world is going on here, you do spot some individuals. So, I'll go over what you see on the deck of the big ship. So, the one that you're standing on. You currently see... I forgot to put them out, so I'm just going to have to do it now. You see one human figure with a large bow, or actually it'd be an elf. You see an elf with a large bow who is currently kind of standing towards the edge of the ship taking shots at this smaller ship. You see a human who is standing next to one of the cannons. Looks like he's in the process of loading and shooting it. And you see a dwarf next to one of the other cannons, currently loading and trying to take shots at the smaller ship as well. And on the smaller ship, you see a small selection of zombies. All wearing pirate hats with swords and crossbows, also shooting at the big ship that you're on. You hear some shouts from the smaller ship. "Give us back our ship, you thieves!"
Oh my. Would Bink still be able to heal while listening to this conversation.
Yeah.
To just keep on listening. Okay. I'm just. I didn't realize I had a bunch of these. Potion of Healing Superior.
Yep.
8d4 plus 8, which is, I don't know math. I'm pretty sure that's 32.
So 40 total with the plus 8.
Plus, yeah. Good, 40. Oop. And I will continue listening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go down there unless I know exactly like who's in the wrong or the right, kind of. Or...
So, over the next few minutes, you hear just some bickering, some back and forth. You hear more shots. You watch as the smaller ship begins to sink in the water. It doesn't seem like the smaller ship stands much of a chance, but through the chaos of this, you can hear the human shouting back, "You'll never get your ship back from us. We know you were on your way to the Western Lands to attack my home city. We'll never let you get there. Too many innocent lives that you would take. You will lie at the bottom of the sea if I can help it." You just hear the zombies kind of yelling back, "We're getting paid! Give us our ship!" And then they just start shouting insults after that. It just kind of devolves into name-calling and cussing from the zombies as they do their best to attack their own ship, but any chance of getting close is disrupted by massive cannonballs hitting the sides, and so eventually you watch as their ship just begins to slowly sink even further and further as the 3 men on this ship seem to be capable of holding them at bay for the time being.
Not gonna lie, Bink is conflicted what to do. What should he? It's like he's like, should I show myself or should I just hitch a ride and see which way they're heading? Like if they're heading in the opposite direction, then I'm probably gonna have to like talk to them, obviously. But Bink just might like keep it on the down low if they're heading in the dirt. Wait, I don't even know where I'm going.
Nope.
Oh crap! No.
You don't know which way you went or which way you need to go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, where did the battle take place?
In Kreider.
Kreider, okay.
Which was a landlocked city, right?
Yeah.
No water.
Yep.
So, Bink.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Bink is going to. Bink is gonna go down and reveal himself.
Okay. So as you start making your way down, you watch as the last few feet of the main mast of the smaller ship submerges underwater, taking the zombies with it.
Oh, last thing before I go down, I'm gonna chug one last potion of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
There you go. So as the smaller ship disappears, you climb down the rigging and find yourself on the ship on the main. And as you make your way to the bottom, you watch as all 3 of these individuals turn and look at you. "All right, name yourself. Who are you? You weren't a part of this crew, were you?
No, my name's Bink.
Bink. Where do you hail from, Bink?
Oh, what's the continent called?
It'd be the
Oh
Sword
crap!
Coast.
Wait. Oh, okay, just the Sword Coast. Okay.
I hail from the Sword Coast.
Oh, the Eastern lands, eh?
Strange question. Where am I?
Well, you're on board a undead galleon in the middle of the ocean, my boy.
Where would, so besides that, where would the closest plot of land would be with cities?
Whoa,
near
no.
here?
That'd be the Western Shore.
So, nowhere near the Sword Coast.
Oh, no. The Sword Coast is, well, it's a few hundred miles to the east of us.
Few hundred miles?
Yeah, that's correct.
How long would that take by boat?
Perhaps a couple days. Especially given the fact that there's only 3 of us, and this is quite a large ship.
What do you plan on doing with this ship? What happened here?
Well, you see, these vagabonds, these zombie corsairs, as you may call them, were hired by the enemy and were on their way to attack the fine city that I intend to rule one day.
But that was totally justifiable then. Okay, good.
Yes, of course.
I was just watching from up there. I came from the rock right over.
Pink just like points over there at like the rock that's like 300 feet away.
Says, oh, yes. Oh, how in the world did you end up there? Was that your dinghy that crashed?
Oh no! I woke up on that rock.
Well, what an awful place to take a nap. Why would you nap there?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, I guess there's all sorts of people in this world, and I guess you're one that likes
It
to
was
take
a-
naps on an abandoned rock island.
I figured it'd be a nice isolation place to get some sun tanning done.
Quite.
And then Cannon came barreling by and smashed into the rock, which startled me. So then I came over here to check what was going on.
Well, I guess it's quite fortunate we came by then.
Yes. Thank you for letting me know where I am. Do you know, besides boat, do you know the fastest way to go east from here? And which way is east?
Well, I say probably the fastest way to get there would be on the backs of eagles. Probably take you less than a day. And east is that way, and he points like almost the direction the ship's heading, just maybe a little bit more to the right. Or to the left, I should say. It looks like they're actually kind of headed like southeast.
So would you be able to let me summon something so I can possibly be able to get going? Cause I need to get back to my friends.
As long as it's not a demon of the ancient realms.
No, I'm just gonna be summoning a griffin.
Oh, a griffin, you say? Oh, those are quite rare where I'm from. I'd be happy to watch that.
Yeah, his name's Peter. I just need to do a little 10-minute ritual.
His name is Peter. Peter the Griffin. Oh, that's quite astounding, little one.
Yeah. See, somebody gets it. My friends, they don't get it. They don't get it. But thank you.
Oh, quite. And what did you say your name was, young son?
Bink Dinkle.
Well, Binkle Dinkle, it's a pleasure to meet you.
No, not Bink. No, Bink Dinkle.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, Bink Dinkle. It's a wonderful to meet you. My name is Aaron, this is Liam, and that's great.
Nice to meet you, Aaron, Liam, and Grape.
Greg.
Grape. Got it. I like the name Grape. That's a good name.
The dwarf kind of raises his hand. Yep.
Hey, Grape, you wanna try my chunky apple juice really quick while I do my ritual? It's infinite.
He kind of looks at you and like cocks his head. He's like, ugh. Oh, the childish ruins of a child.
Not a child.
Trust me, you're gonna like this stuff. This is from my home village.
Fine, give it here. I shall ensure that I drink more than you can.
Okay, you can try that, but
Bink starts his ritual after that.
Greg just begins chugging on your infinite apple juice. Watches Liam, the elf, kind of steps over and sits down next to you and watches. He's, this is quite interesting. In the lands of my people, we perform spellcraft sometimes. We mostly talk with the trees and nurture the nature. So I think this will be quite interesting to watch creation in action.
Binks just stays silent because he can't be interrupted with his concentration.
At that point, Aaron begins to walk towards the helm of the ship. Says, "Oh, and by the way, we have a host of ghosts with us, so don't be alarmed. They won't hurt you."
Bink just nods.
About 10 minutes pass, and Peter is summoned here on the deck of the ship. Bam! Greg is still chugging apple juice, but Liam looks at you and he says, "Wow, that was quite magnificent. That's quite wonderful. Creation at work. Like one of the many gods of the ancient times."
And I use my 8th level instead, 9th level, just in case for now.
Cool. You got it.
So he has 99 health.
At this point, you watch as Greg, the dwarf, finally puts the flask down and goes to hand it back to you. He says, "Well, you weren't kidding. There's a lot in there. I'm probably going to have to poop soon."
oh, you get used to it once you drink a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have weird nightmares, too. That's how...
Tastes great, though.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Could use a little brandy.
I'm not much of an alcoholic drinker, but you try sometime.
Yeah. Certainly. Well, let me know if you ever do. You can see he's starting to look a little woozy. Like, ooh, I drank way too much of that stuff.
Alrighty, well, I thank you all for letting me stay on this vessel, but I do have to go.
You hear Aaron kind of shout from back, "Oh, you don't want to help us reclaim my kingdom? We could use some strong folk like you. You'll be well rewarded. All the gold and elvish women you could believe."
Just what Bink wants.
Please, my home world, my homeland of Grandor is in grave need.
Okay, screw this story. I'm gonna go on my own adventure. No.
Nah, I'm really sorry though. I really do gotta get back to my friends.
Ugh.
I don't know the condition they're in right now. We just got separated.
Well, I
That thing I told you about the sun tanning was a lie. I don't even know how I got to the rock. I
Oh.
think I was teleported there.
well, if you need help, I could call upon my friend. He's a wonderful white wizard.
A white wizard?
Yes. His name is George.
What is... Oh my god. Wait, why though? You don't even know me.
Well, yes, but I understand the plight of wanting to save one's friends.
Like your nation. You just said your nation. Wait, nation or his kingdom?
My kingdom.
But you just said your kingdom is in grave danger and you need help.
It
Don't you
is.
need
My
his
friends are there. I'm going to rescue my own friends, so I understand your troubles.
But what about Greg? Don't you need Greg?
No, Greg can come here and go back there real quick. I need to bring this ship, though.
Well, can he teleport?
Yes, but not a whole ship. That's why we're on the ship.
It's actually
Wait, where is he?
Well, Greg's
Wait, is
right
he
there,
on the
actually. Sorry, I meant George.
I'm getting confused.
Wait, Greg or George? Wait.
Oh no.
Greg's the dwarf. George is the wizard. So, well, he's simply ascending away. I could certainly let him know.
Let me actually write that down so I don't get confused about that. Greg, George. Greg Dwarf.
Yeah, Greg's the dwarf.
George White Wizard. Okay.
Wait, could he teleport me to where I need to go?
Well, he could teleport you to anywhere he's been, and I'm pretty sure he's been to the Sword Coast before.
Oh,
Also, sorry again. What's that area called that we were by?
You had left Arlani and were on your way to Krydor. Krydor was where you fought the dragon.
has he been to Krydor or Arlani?
Well, I'm not him. You'd have to ask him.
Wait, where is he on the ship right now? Is he not present with us?
No, not yet. He said, but I'm more than welcome to ask him to help you if you think it'd be beneficial.
And where is he right now?
Well, I believe he's fighting. In my kingdom. Well, I assume the fight has started. I'm not certain yet. I haven't been with my company for many days. So I guess there's also a chance he's dead. Hold on, let me use this stone real quick.
Oh my god.
You watch as he pulls out a sending stone. A minute or two goes by. And he shouts back down. Nope, George is still alive.
Ah, thank God. And how long would it take to get to your kingdom?
Well, we're about a day's out.
Ink is like, okay, Lalia can definitely hold on her own for the next couple days, and if it takes a day trip to get to some place that can get him to the Sword Coast in an instant, then he'll take that offer. So,
Yeah, sure, I could come along. I can help out a little bit.
Oh, wonderful. Well, boys, set course for Grandor.
Ink just like raises his flails of team out to the sky. Like, Kaja!
And you watch as Aaron kind of steps down and walks back over to you, and as he does, you see a large group or large host of green ghosts begin to appear out of the deck and start manning the sails and the oars and the rudders. And Aaron steps next to you and says, "Well, my boy, it's wonderful to have you aboard. Don't worry about the ghosts. They're ancient people that owe a debt to me."
Oh, okay. I thought they were part of the dead people ship already. Never mind. Cool.
Oh, no. The zombies and stuff, we kicked them off. I mean, they're probably still alive, but it'll take them a long time to walk out of the bottom of that ocean.
Oh, yeah. They don't float. That's right.
No, they sure don't. It's kind of funny to watch them sink sometimes, actually. But I tell you what, Bink, this will be a wonderful trip for you. Wait till you see my home city. There's a wonderful...
So...
What?
So what's exactly wrong with the place? Or who's taking it over?
Oh, the enemy. An evil necromancer has decided to attack my lands using goblins and orcs and trolls and all sorts of ugly and nasty things. He's quite ruthless, mind you. He's killed many of my friends already and has been pillaging our lands for a very long time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, that's quite all right. This battle ahead of us is going to be hard, but should we win it, I think we might turn the tides in this war. Though I pray for one of my little friends who is currently infiltrating the enemy's lands to try and sabotage him.
Oh, really?
Yes. His name is Fred.
Fred... And what's his occupation?
Well, he's a rogue, and he's a halfling, much similar to yourself.
Oh, I'm not a halfling. I'm a gnome.
Oh, well, you're roughly the same size as Fred. But yes, Fred and his girlfriend Sally are rogues infiltrating the enemy's fortress.
They must have a lot of experience for you to have that much faith in them.
Oh, yes, they're quite small folks, but they're very sturdy of heart. I have all the faith in the world that they will complete the mission, and we will then probably need to go and rescue them, but there's also a very, very large chance they may just die.
Well, God, I hope that doesn't happen.
Oh, we all wish that doesn't happen, but so is life sometimes.
Well, did you give them a rendezvous point, at least?
You know, we probably should have.
Bink just smacks his hand on his face.
In fact, there's quite a few things that might have made this a lot easier, like flying or teleporting, but, we decided to walk and take horses, and, well, it's been rough.
So, wait, also another question. Why are you all the way on this sea? And why were there only 3 skeletons on this really big ship?
Oh, well, there was actually a few dozen zombies, but most of them we kicked off. Those ones just so happened to grab the lifeboat on the way out, and were able to keep up with us for a while. But the reason we're on this ship is because we needed to commandeer these fine ghosty folk that you see here from lands far off. And once I acquired their souls and made a deal with them, I had to find a way to transport them back to Grandor, and where they said that they don't do well with water, so I had to commandeer a ship. So I found the nearest vagrant ship and kicked them off. And here we are.
Also, just letting you know, I just realized the reference is like halfway through.
You just got it?
I didn't really think about it until he said the with like white hat and the white wizard. I recognized it at that point. No, not till now. No, I feel like I'd be stupid dense if I didn't realize it by now. Also, he kept saying Gondor, so
Grandor.
Grandor. Yeah, I don't watch Lord of the Rings. As you can tell.
No, in the movies
God,
it's called Gondor. In our campaign it's called
okay.
Grandor.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, who the heck is that now?
Yeah, right there. She says, well, we wish the best for Fred and Sally. But, you know, it's been long enough. There might even be a third one now. It's been well over 9 months. But, just you wait till we get to my city. The great, wonderful...
baby.
Yeah, I'll help out as much as I can. But again, in return, if he can tell, if God wants to, George the Wizard, 2G names, I swear to God. If George the Wizard could bring you back to the Sword Coast after I help you a little bit, that'd be great.
Oh, I'm certain he could take you there as long as he's alive. Which I just checked. He's alive right now, so I think we're good.
Okay, let's just go back now. Let's make sure he's alive.
Yep. Hold on. Pulls out the stone. His face goes blank for a second. Then he looks back at you. Okay, yes, he says he's still alive, though he's fighting a troll. But it looks good. I think he'll be alright.
Oh my.
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm so conflicted to leaving right now.
But Bink, I think we'll have the fight well under control once I get this army of ghosts there. They're nigh invulnerable, and I think, you know, at worst, it'll be a wonderful spectacle for you to see the grand city that will one day be mine. It's very beautiful and very white. I mean, like, it's white stone buildings. And there's a big wall. But, I mean, the wall has a door in it, so... It's beautiful. I think you'll enjoy it. They call it the White City. We might need to think about that.
Yeah, a very interesting city name.
Yes, I didn't name it. That was a bunch of old kings. You know, old guys.
It's very cliche.
Yes, quite. It probably definitely needs to be brought into the modern age. Maybe
Is there
some new
anything
paint.
that you wanted to rename it as?
I'm
you were
not
ever
quite
to
sure
rename
yet. I don't think we should call it the Black City, but we'll find something. Maybe somewhere in the middle.
We'll call it the something city someday.
Yes, exactly. So, Master Bink, tell me about yourself. What are these friends you're trying to find? What happened to them?
Yeah, it's a long story. I don't know if you would be interested.
Well, we've got a full day till we get there, so... And I got plenty of ghosts to run the ship, so we're pretty much free to do whatever we want. But I get it. If you'd rather not share, I understand. Just, you know, I told you my life story, so thought maybe we could talk about something, but that's okay. I'm not upset.
Oh wait, actually, do we see the crack in the sky from here?
Oh, absolutely.
You see that?
Yes.
When was... Actually, wait a second. When did you first see this?
Yeah, well, it was a few months ago.
Good. Okay, time hasn't changed since I was teleported. I just want to make sure.
I'm just clarifying that with him. Bink knows that, he's just clarifying that with him. But Bink says,
me and my friends are trying to stop that. That is from Tiamat.
Whoa, that's from Tiamat. Well, hold on a second. I was pretty sure that the evil necromancer of my lands did that, and you're saying he didn't?
No. no, that's not him. No.
Oh, crap. Well, Please go on. Don't mind me.
As in, like, story-wise, or you mean?
Yeah. He's telling you, like, yes, please keep going with your story. You're trying to stop that. How are you going to do it?
Well, we're gonna have to slowly weaken them. We're gonna have to. So far, we've versed. How many freaking things do we? We have to verse 5. I think we versed one of the 5 right now, right?
2.
2. Well, 2. 2 of we just did 2 of the 5.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Fragments, we're calling them, or like I mean, I don't know how to really label them.
Yeah, they're fragments, you could say.
So to basically weaken them enough, we have to kill off 5 of their fragments. And we just versed their second one, but before they died, they did a final mass teleportation, I believe, because it just teleported me all the way over here from the Sword Coast, and one other of my friends to the astral plane.
Well, that's quite miraculous. What's the astral plane?
Do you know any of the other planes?
Well, there's the planes. Well, there's the world we live in, and there's the world of the kings, where you go when you die to be among the stars that are the ancient kings and rulers of these lands. And then there's hell, where the demons go, and where
There's the material plane, which we're in now. There's the Feywild. There's the astral planes. There's the plane of fire, plane of air, Acheron, lawful nature and lawful evil, then negative planes. I mean, there's a bunch of different ones after that, but still.
he just kind of stares at you like, "Oh, that sounds like elvish magic." Liam, what do you know about this? And Liam's like, I just know when we pass on, we go to the eastern lands far off where the ancient elves are, so I don't know. Wow. Well, alrighty then, young one. That's more exciting news than I thought I'd ever get in one day.
Yeah, I almost died to one of his followers. I'm calling it fragments, but it was a follower. The fragment is a follower. And it was a 5 or 3 head. I was confused by the
it was
thing
5.
you put down. By a 5-headed look-alike Tiamat, basically.
Well, that sounds like quite the adventure. Quite the battle. And, well, I take it you were victorious since you are still alive. I think that's something to be celebrated.
Yeah, but for what? We almost die every time.
Well, that's how all heroic tales go.
I mean, it's heroic, but
You're only really a
what's
hero
the
if
end
you
of it?
almost died. If you don't
Where's
almost die,
the-
then you're just a murderer.
where's the end to this all? Whenever we defeat something, something else pops up more stronger and deadlier.
Yes,
I don't-
that's how heroes are made. And then one day, lying in your bed, thinking back on all of those things, you will most likely be murdered. That's about how most heroes end.
Well, that sounds horrible. Jeez. Thank you for, giving me the horrible hope.
Oh, I mean, you'll pass on to the realm of the kings.
It's still death.
Yes, well, we all die someday, except for people like Liam here. They just ship off
I know,
to some
but why-
other world.
Big's just like really getting deep into it. He's like, what?
Why does there have to be this much evil in the world? We get rid of one thing. We just stopped an army from one thing, and now gods are attacking us?
Yes.
What
well,
happens after this? What if another god attacks us? It's
well,
gonna be worse.
I think that's quite the challenge you have.
Big's like,
I'm just gonna go to sleep for now. Just
What?
please wake me up when we get there.
Perhaps you could be proactive. Instead of waiting for the next god to come and kill you, why don't you just go kill the gods? Wait, hold on.
Too much trying to do.
That's probably not a good idea, is it?
No, that's exactly what we're trying to do. I mean, we're gonna go through with it, but it's gonna be hard. Is all. I'm
Yes.
just gonna go to sleep now.
No.
Just wake
Hey.
me up when we get to your kingdom.
It sounds like you all need a wizard. They're really handy with these things. I know a white one. Maybe we should just call him a wizard. But yes, you're welcome to nap wherever you'd like.
I just want to clarify. Are you giving me the biggest hint to like just like go off on my own, or am I? Is this like a legitimate free choice? Because I don't know at this point.
Yeah, it's free choice. But he's willing to help you. They are sailing to his kingdom. And you have
Hey, look,
free
if I
run
can
of the
get-
ship.
Hey, look, if I can get backup from a freaking wizard, I'm not saying no to that. So, Bink is gonna go for this for the next day because it's gonna take him the same amount of time to. Wait a second. Sorry, my whole screen was in like a loading thing.
Yep.
Well, that's the one thing I didn't read. Yay! I mean, I want to get. The thing is, like, I really want to get him on our team, but I really want to get back right away. So, Bink ain't conflicted anymore. Bink is gonna say, "Oh, wait a second." He just like flips the cube, and it shows like a teleporter symbol. And he's like,
Oh, wait, whoops. I forgot I can teleport straight back.
Oh, but Master Bink, you offered us your assistance. I was going to give you gold and wine and women. Or men, whichever.
How about this? Because I do need to get back to my friends. Once we're done with this, I will definitely come and check on you immediately. But I do need to check on my friends.
But Master Bink, if you leave, we may perish. We need one such as yourself.
Bink just, like, inches towards Peter and immediately clicks the teleport button.
No!
And he just teleports straight to everyone else. I just pinpoint towards Zan. And I
Okay.
just teleport there.
Because your cube.
that
lets you-
had to have been the longest unnecessary conversation for Bink.
It was so fun.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, your cube lets you pick a person too, right? Or something that you know of.
Yeah, no, that's
That's why I kind of like put my hand on the side, like in short speeder, put my hand on him, chose him to be with me also. Like I could choose whoever. Like it doesn't like whoever's like within my radius. I could choose who I want.
Hmm.
So me and Peter teleport on over, and yeah, that ends that little mini story that we'll never see. That we'll never see.
That's so fun, though.
Well, there's a 3-part movie that.
Yep.
damn it! I could have got the backing of the Ghost Warriors that were invincible.
Right.
Imagine I come back with that after doing that side story. He's like, guys, I got backup. You see like an army of like 1,000 ghosts just like storm in and just beat Tiamat.
Well,
What
you
are
know,
they called?
they're ghosts. It's like the undead army.
Yeah, they were. I loved that scene. That was great.
Yeah.
There we go. I was trying to.
This is Bink.
Who's Bink? What happened?
In the chat.
My gift.
Oh, in the chat.
Bink just comes back like that. Like, rah!
All right. As you focus on your cubic gate and you and Peter blink out of existence, you find yourselves back in what you can only assume is the town of Kreider, as it is now even more ruined and desolate than it was before. I'm going to put you on this map, but then I think we're going to take a break, and
Alrighty.
we will catch up with Lalia.
Alright.
But at least for now, the two of you have successfully, well, you and Peter have successfully made it back to the group.
Yay.
Alrighty.
All right. So we're going to pause there. We'll go take a quick restroom break, and then we'll jump back in a few minutes. Because I got to pee.
Always something.
Right back. All right. How we looking?
Mildly better than when we started.
Yeah. Fred and Sally sent to their dooms.
Pregnant, apparently.
Potentially.
Terrible time to be carrying a child.
We have Bink back.
Just got back.
Nice.
You have everyone.
Yep. I think we're gonna jump in and connect with Lalia, if that's cool.
And the stairs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wait, route number.
Looking for a Rainbow Road.
Yep. All right. So, as Bink meets up with some interesting fellows on a ship in the middle of the ocean, very near the same time, we see Lalia. So, Lalia, stepping back in time just a moment here, you have just been nearly obliterated by an exploding dragon as you dealt the final blow.
Yeah.
Your vision went black and then stayed black, except you started seeing stars all around you. And as your vision began to focus and you began to be able to see straight and gather your surroundings, you find yourself in this area. Seems like there are a few small floating platforms and buildings with these large ships docked next to some of them that have wings. You can only assume because you see no water in the area. Yeah, there's a few buildings, a large building behind you with a ship, a few buildings ahead of you, small platforms, one little section of water. I will note that.
Oh, there is water. It's a swimming pool. In space.
But as you kind of take in your surroundings, you focus more on what's local. As your friends have been talking to you, your eyes focus on this individual standing across from you, just patiently waiting.
So Lalia will hang up her sending stone. And will do the universal gesture of I mean no harm. And kind of holding her hands out and like tucking Zydan over her shoulder. And then she will say, "Hello, I am Lalia." And she'll put her hand over her chest as she says her name, and will cast her Lay on Hands and dump all 65 points into herself.
Yep.
I'm out of Lay on Hands. I'm not gonna try to take that out one point at a time.
So as you do this, you watch as this being in front of you kind of watches your actions, sees what you're doing, and in response, almost immediately after, you don't see a mouth, but you do hear words, or sounds at least. You watch as this creature kind of lifts its own hand and says, puts its hand on its chest, and you watch as healing energy flows into it.
Are you mocking me? Ah, you are useless. She will start looking around. Where am I?
You watch as it takes one of its hand that it healed itself with and like points to its head.
Yes, you are mental.
And you almost hear like the sound of a doorbell in your head. Ding! Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Can you hear me?
The fuck?
You don't speak Plasmoid, do you?
Nope, can't say I do.
Well, I guess this will work. Hello, Centaur from the Fey Realm. Welcome to the Twilight Causeway. How may we help you?
Well, you could, get me back. Wait, what's the Twilight Causeway?
Oh, it's one of many layover stations here in the astral plane. We house denizens from all over the realm. We stop and provide entertainment and leisure activities and beds if you need them.
So you are like a pit stop.
We have no pits. This is the astral.
Huh. No pits? Yeah, right. I noticed the lack of ground. And she, like, looks over the edge a little bit.
Yes, have you been to the astral? Do you understand where you're at?
That would be a negative, sir.
Oh, well, have you seen the stars in the sky?
Like, ever?
Yes, while standing on your planet.
I mean, yeah.
Well, do you recognize that most of those stars are also planets?
What?
Yes, they are planets, much like the one you came from.
They must be tiny. They are very
No,
big.
many of them actually are much larger than yours. You actually are one of the smallest planets in the solar system.
Insight check.
Sure.
Is this guy taking me for a ride?
Roll an
Because...
insight.
So you telling me those tiny little dots up there? She's not very intelligent. 28.
You believe he's telling the truth?
This guy is mental. He believes that the little tiny dots in the sky are planets. Oh my goodness.
Well, you see, the astral realm is the space in between all of those planets. In fact, you see that star right there? And make a perception check to see if you can see the one he's pointing at.
Okay. Ooh, 23.
Okay. You're pretty sure you can see where he's pointing, and you see one star that's just a little dimmer than most of the other ones out here. That star right there is, in fact, your planet, Faerun. Though it's millions of light years from here.
So it's really old?
The light that you're seeing is millions of years old. Though they do still exist in the same time as we are right now. Just imagine it this way, would you? If you were to try and walk there, it would take you millions of years.
Well, that is not good for me because I would like to get back there. And I don't have millions of years. I've got maybe millions of seconds. Maybe. More like just a few hours, honestly. Maybe a day.
Oh, well, that's quite simple. You've come to a wonderful place to try and travel. From the causeways, you can travel to almost any planet, almost any realm of existence. All you need is a little bit of plasma coin. You don't know what that is, do you?
I'm sure you can tell me.
It's the currency of the astral. Hold on. Faerun has gold and silver and copper, yes?
Right.
It's much like that, just different.
Much like that, but different. Oh,
I mean,
I'm
it
getting a
looks
headache.
different.
Oh.
It functions
okay.
the same,
Okay.
it just looks different.
Right. Yes, I know how money works.
Yes, plasma coins. That is the currency of the astral.
What's the conversion rate?
There is
Do you
none.
have a oh. Okay. Well, I don't have plasma coin, but I do have Faerun money.
Well, then that won't do much for you unless you find some eclectic idiot that's willing to trade. But we have plenty of jobs, or you could try and talk to one of the captains. Maybe one of these fine vessels is headed that way and could drop you off.
How long would I have to work to be able to pay for a ride?
Well, your average wages here in the astral, at least at our causeway, well, let's see, it'd be about a plasma coin an hour. So about 10 hours, I'd say. What are your qualifications? Perhaps I can help you.
Yeah, so, I am really good at killing things.
Nope, won't help you here. Keep going.
I can forage and hunt in, like, wooded areas.
He kind of looks around. Keep going.
I've got the talking hammer.
Would you be willing to sell it?
No.
Alright, then keep going.
But I could, let him talk to you, and then you could give me a coin for the pleasure.
No, that's quite alright. We have plenty of talking swords and other things around. And quite honestly, the conversation gets boring.
I can do a little bit of healing.
Well, that may be useful for some of these ships. They probably need a healer or two, I'd imagine.
Though I'm a little spent. I came here after a pretty big fight. I can find one person once a day. But
Okay.
they have to be very close to me.
It's pretty easy to find somebody around here. There's not too many places to hide.
I can make someone really fast for 1 minute.
Yeah.
But then they need to take a nap.
Well, that might help you out in the tavern.
I can turn myself into wind.
Yeah, well, that's not super helpful, because if you leave the platforms, you'll probably suffocate anyways.
Alright, how about this, Mr. Negative? What jobs do you have?
Well, do you know how to do dishes?
What kind of dishes?
Well, like plates and spoons and...
They aren't like weird like beakers or funky looking shaped things. They are just regular plates here.
well, they're regular for our realm. I'm not quite sure how they stack up to the Fey world. It might be a little weird, but...
Oh yeah, in the Fey realm we don't really use like plates.
Oh,
So,
savages.
excuse me.
What?
Only one of us is missing his face.
Oh. Would you prefer that I have a face?
At this point, no.
Oh, okay.
That would be terrible.
I mean, I can make myself have a face. We just don't usually.
Oy.
You see his, like, 2 little holes appear. And then,
Nope,
like, a
nope,
slit.
nope,
See? Like
stop,
this. Oh,
Stop it.
okay.
I'm not looking.
He gets rid of it.
You have 10 hours worth of dishes to wash?
Oh, most likely.
Alright. Well, there's a chance my friends will figure out something faster. If they were to come and get me via planar means, what coordinates do I give them?
Well... None that I think translate to your language. See, the fact that you even ended up here is, well, kind of an accident in and of itself. You see that section of stone in the cavern that you're standing above right now?
Yes.
That's called essentially a teleportational catch-all. So if you're accidentally teleported to the astral plane, usually one of these things will grab you and bring you to the nearest causeway. It just so happens to be that you got sent to this one.
So it's like a giant net.
Yes, and there's millions of these things, so it'd be kind of hard to accidentally get the right one, but I suppose if they're very lucky.
Uh-huh. Well, then the chances of them getting me are very low, so show me to your dishes.
Says, well, I'd be more than welcome to. I could give you the whole tour if you'd like.
Does it involve stairs?
Well, I mean, technically, yes, but in the astral, at least on our station, you're able to float, so it doesn't really take any effort. Many of the astral properties don't work here, but one of the ones that's quite fun is if you think about where you want to go, you will begin going that way.
What?
Think about moving forward, but don't actually move your legs. Give it a try.
Okay. guess she's gonna try this. Though she's incredibly skeptical and has never done anything like this before, so.
As you begin thinking about it, you feel your body kind of lift up just a little bit as you levitate and just slowly inch forward. So, see, you're getting the hang of it.
Oh, no. I was hoping I had detect magic. I do not. Be like, is he casting a spell on me? Interesting. Alright, well, if I don't have to take the stairs the normal way, then sure, show me around.
Oh, wonderful. Well, let's start. Let's head this way.
Do I get to paid for the time we spend walking around?
No. But I won't charge you. I usually charge for this.
Alright, well, make it quick. I got a 10-hour workday ahead of me. I'm gonna be tired.
Oh, quite wonderful. And he begins to float you up. And he first points this out. Says, that is our pool of champions. As you can see, it is adorned by some ancient relics of heroes of bygone ages. But it's mostly like a sauna, I guess you could say. The waters are always warm and very cleansing. And there's a couple pool houses that you can stay in. Those are free of charge, actually. So if you needed to sleep, you could take one of those. And over here, down this level, as you slowly snake your way down here, he says, this is our teleportation dais, where we offer the services of teleporting you anywhere in the universe for a fee, of course. And he points to these platforms. Those are docking stations for the various spell-jamming ships that frequent this area. As you can see, one is docked now, and there's probably one out there that is making its approach. You see, first you see a ship up here that looks like it looks like a tree has grown down and into a ship.
Ooh.
Like it looks like vines and this workings of a tree. So it just looks like a tree ship.
That's cool.
Then he points to one out in the astral. He says, and that is what we call a squid ship. And you can see it looks like a boat, but then it has these like huge fleshy tentacles coming off the front of it. And it is slowly like moving sideways, which is unnatural for a ship. It's like it's coming into a docking station. And he says, and over there, that is a transportation galleon. That's probably the closest to your ships. It's mostly wood and astral rock that has been formed into a floating vessel. He says, and that brings us back up this way. See, it takes you back over here. He says, this is the gathering hall. This is where we have merriment and entertainment galore. And parked behind that is what we call a mosquito. It has ship-like qualities that you're used to. Though it has living wings, it helps it be quite a speedy vessel. But yes, this is probably where you'll be doing your work, and where most of our citizens, or the people that man this station, tend to spend most of their time.
And all these people on these ships, they look like you?
No, there's vast majorities out here. There's Gith and the occasional elves, and every now and then you'll see somebody of human lineage. Occasionally, there's some ships that will try to dock. We don't allow them anymore, but mind flayers will sometimes try and frequent these places. Though they're a shady bunch. Don't get involved with them if you can help it.
You don't have to tell me.
Oh, you've heard of them?
I've met them.
Oh, well, that's no fun. Though they are quite common out here. I believe they're relatively rare on your plane.
And they're even rarer now. I've killed everyone I've met, so...
Oh, well,
or at least my friends and I have.
Well, definitely don't let any of the ones out here know that.
I'll try to keep it a secret.
You know, bad blood and all that.
Aren't they the ones that can, like, read your mind, though? So they're gonna know.
Well, they can. It's not just an instant thing, but if they find out, they'll probably try and eat your mind. That's for darn sure.
Have you ever seen an elder brain dragon?
Well, no. I've seen an elder brain. We have one that visits every now and then.
Right, but the one like a dragon that had one on it.
No, that's quite unique, actually.
Huh. I have seen something you haven't, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Oh, well, there you go. Look at that.
Maybe I'll give you a tour sometime. You can come to where I am from.
Well, you know, I think that'd be quite wonderful. It could be quite the experience, honestly.
Then you might need a face. People around there are not so used to this.
Oh, well, I can imitate any face in the world. Well, at least any face I've ever seen. I could even do yours.
Please don't.
Okay, all right. Says, well, this is our gathering hall. Let's step inside here and, well, let's see what we can procure for you. And as he opens the door and you step in.
As we walk in, she'll just send a quick message over the sending stone, or at least attempt to. Good news, guys, I got the job.
You do all hear this.
Well, yeah, doing what?
I'm going.
Healing people?
No, they didn't want that. It's so weird. But I am going to wash dishes and pay for a way to get back to you.
Any idea how long that'll be?
At least 10 hours, unless you have a better plan.
Not yet. We're still working on
Oh
it.
wait. Am I still telelinked to this conversation?
Yeah, you'd still be in on it.
I have my cube.
Based on what I've learned in the last little bit from this goo guy, there's no guarantee if you use your cube you'll get to me.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I can't control where exactly. I guess unless I've been to there where you've been.
Have you been to the astral plane?
Thinks. Have I? I don't even think that matters. Even if I have, like, I would have to physically been to where you have been, like, because the cube works as a teleport spell. I would have to be where you have been physically to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it use the gate?
So even, like, I can get to the. Wait, no, not teleport. No, that's astral plane, whatever. But even so, I don't even think. Actually, if I teleport, I think it's a chance to where I want to go, isn't it? Like I roll 100 or something.
Upon reading the cube, the way it works, which is what allowed you to get to Zan, is it opens a gate spell, which you could link to Lalia, and it would literally just open a doorway between the two of you. So she could walk through the door and be back at your side, or you could walk through the door and be at her side. Because the gate spell lets you pick a creature that you know.
I caught up. I'm so sorry. What was that part?
Okay. So the way that your cube works is it casts the gate spell. And so since you have a side that's attuned to the astral, you could focus on a creature that you know of in the astral, and it would create a gate between the two of you. So it would
Got it.
it would basically make a portal in front of Lalia that she could walk through, or that you could walk through and be in the astral.
I'm just gonna click the button and make a portal for her.
So, Lalia, as the doors are opened and you kind of step into this area, you see that it is a very well-made, like, marble area. You can see a bar, and at this bar you see just these, like, you would almost think that they're slimes, which are things that you fought, but they're bigger and they seem to have, you know, mouths sometimes and arms, and they are drinking and doing business at this bar that's set up. You see other individuals like the one that led you in with other accoutrements. You see that the floor around here, this is actually glass, though I used water, but underneath you see these glowing rocks that kind of match the ones back at the portal. And you see that a slime bard is currently performing on the stage. And the gentleman that leads you in kind of turns. He says, "Yes, this is the main area. You will probably be helping out a couple of my friends behind the bar. Oh, what's that? And you watch as a large portal appears right beside you.
Oh, can I like see my friends through it at all, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that is my ride.
But I didn't finish the tour. There's so many other things to see.
Yeah, about that. I think I gotta go now.
Oh, darn it.
But hey, what was your name?
Well, it's... I guess you could just call me, Charles.
Charles. Alright, well, Charles, if we make it back to this station at some point on our travels, I will, look you up.
That's
You
alright.
can finish the tour.
I'll be here doing dishes, I guess. Dang it. So close this time. As I'm assuming you stepped through the portal.
Yep.
Well, yours was a little quicker than everybody else's, but
That's alright.
you step through the portal and you find yourself back in the ruined area of Kreider.
Man, if we didn't have that box.
You'd have had to do that dude's job.
Yeah. Bink would still be in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
I'd be part of the Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah. Next time we watch the movie, we'd be like, why is there a gnome with her?
Why is there a random ass gnome with a griffin? What the hell is happening?
He's just
Where did they
nuking
come from?
everybody. But you appear back with everybody else here in this wasteland that was once a town.
Oh, good. Bink, you also made it back.
So, did you destroy Thought?
No, I didn't even see him. That was like, one of those little, like, rest areas along the highway, but in space.
Oh.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. My favorite part is that there were stairs, but I did not have to walk on them.
So, you just flew around, or what?
Sort of. You got to, like, think about where you want to go, and then you go there.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, did you guys know that the stars were like planets?
I believe a star is a star.
That's not what Charles said.
Oh.
Yeah, he's this weird guy with no face. Tried to get me to do his job to be able to afford to be teleported back here.
And for that, he requested your allegiance.
No, he requested that I do dishes. I don't
Was
think
it
we
the
were.
same kind of dishes that were here?
I didn't actually see. The door showed up before I got to look at the plate.
Oh.
Also, they talk with their brains, which is super weird.
Well, I mean, we've come into contact with people who talk with their brain, right?
I mean, I guess. And I think a lot of them are probably also from the astral plane, so. It's just like, have you ever been on a tour where you walk around and nobody says a word, but you're getting like all the details about everything downloaded to your head?
No, I don't think so.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But apparently I ended up there by accident. They have some sort of contraption that like catches you if you get teleported into the nothingness of the astral plane and like deposits you at one of these things?
Like, yeah, something that pulls you in.
Yeah, like a net or something. Which I suppose is good news, because if we wanted to just teleport into the astral plane, there is a good probability we'd get caught in one and dumped on a causeway of some kind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I should have asked Charles for a tuning fork. Shit.
Yeah, you probably should have. At least we know Bing can get us back to the astral, though.
It's true.
Yeah, about that. I mean, I got 3 charges in this thing, but I used 2, so 1 more for today.
Well, I don't think we want to go back right now. Everybody's looking a little rough.
Oh, no, not right now. Hell no.
Where did you go, Bink? Where did your island end up being?
I ended up on a little rock. Pirate ship thing happened. Some guys kicked some skeletons off their ship. And, apparently their kingdom's being taken over and they needed help. I told them I'd help them after we're done with this. I told them I had a story about this, and, yeah, I teleported back. And I teleported you back, and then that brings us up to date.
Alright.
What about you?
Well, you know, I met Charles on the Twilight Causeway and saw a squid ship, so that's fun.
Oh, okay.
Also, there are bards in space, Bink.
There's parts in space.
Yeah. They
Ah,
don't
I wish I
have
went there now. Jeez.
Well, we'll have to go sometime. Literally, we have to go because Katat's out there somewhere.
So, are we headed to the next city then?
What time of day is it?
True, yeah.
It's probably evening at this point. It took you guys 6 or 7 hours to get here, and then at least an hour or so of messing around trying to get back. So we're thinking like 8, 9 o'clock easy.
Do we know how far away our next city is?
Let's see.
I know we're continuing south. Or at least I'm assuming we're continuing south. Which, so Sinalise?
Yeah, it'd be either Sinalise or Baldur's Gate. It would take you about the same amount of time. I think Sinalise is a little bit to the east in the woods. And you might get there just a little bit sooner, but it's about roughly the same distance.
So it's like a day's travel, 2 days?
Probably about a day to either. Maybe a day and a half to Baldur's Gate.
Because we could rest here. We know for certain there's like nothing for a pretty big distance. Take a long rest and then start heading south in the morning.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we need a rest after that fight.
Did Lalia take any damage since she traveled planes?
Not from the gate spell.
Okay.
That's good because She don't have much health.
So does that mean we're safe with the cube then?
Seems like it.
Okay.
It's just more limited.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll do a long rest here. That's fine by me.
Cool.
If we are gonna do that, I can summon my mansion.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. So you're gonna pop up your door. As you guys step inside to Bink's wonderful mansion, and you are taken care of by his plethora of servants. What does your mansion look like now? We haven't heard it in a little while. Bink, what form is your mansion taking today?
What form is it taking today? It is gonna look like we're on fluffy clouds.
Cool. So as you guys enter this cloudy mansion and close the door, you go about the rest of your evening. If there's any conversations you want to have, you can, or we can skip to resting.
Bink will probably just hit the hay.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the same.
Alrighty, so as you guys settle down for a night's rest, you do successfully complete a long rest. You are not interrupted. So y'all can go ahead and click that button. We'll get you set up for the next morning. Give it a second here because Lalia had to go pee.
Yep.
We have long rested in Bink's mansion, so. Cool. So, having made it through the night fairly easily, no interruptions, you guys awake the next day. Anything you want to do in the morning?
So when we arrived in the city, there was no citizen, right?
Correct.
Okay. So everything that uh, could nullify most of the damage within the mile vicinity was either destroyed or teleported, right?
Yep, seems to be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, if you step out and kind of look around the area, you can even make your way to like the side of the mountain, what's left of it at least. You can see out beyond it where there was like grasslands and a little bit of woods. You can just see this scorched circle of earth where there's nothing left but charred ruins and upturned stones.
So the first aspect we fought, there was definitely like a magical essence kind of pertaining to that area, and that's why the aspect was there. Now that everything's like been destroyed, is there still a kind of magical essence kind of akin to what there was in the mirror?
A little bit. You can still feel like some amount of like pulsing magic, some just lingering effects on the area. I will say, if you're going out and like investigating this morning, or anybody that would be kind of taking in the area, could make a perception check for me.
Okay.
I think Lalia would be out and about, just not praying because she doesn't want to contact Scarret, but kind of in mindful meditation over the loss of life here.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd be looking, is a long way of saying that.
Okay. So, the two of you kind of taking a look around this area and just seeing the destruction and the aftermath of this battle, you do come across something in some of the ruins, where you can see just little stone archways and things, and just small amounts of building material left from what was wiped. Laying in some foundation looking material, you do see a body, and it looks humanoid.
Oh yeah, I think I found a survivor.
I almost hope not. But she'll follow him over. I assume you're approaching it, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you do see the body of... As you get closer, you realize that it's bigger than you thought. You see what appears to be a male half-giant. You can see that around his head is an iron crown. He seems to be adorned lightly in some like fine jewelry, and it looks like at least some nice clothing. Currently unconscious, but you do see its chest rising as it's still breathing.
Last time we fought one of these aspects, didn't it pop out somebody?
Oh, yes, you're right. The queen.
This guy must be a king. Zam reaches down and plucks the crown off its head.
Yep. Comes off fairly easily, and you do see some insignias and some writings on it.
Can I tell what it says?
Much like the stamp on the letter, it just seems to be words like courage and strength, ferocity. The seal itself, though, you can make a history check to see if you recognize it.
17.
Okay. You would remember from the paper that you had read that this does seem to match up with the seal of Kreider. So you imagine this might be the king of Kreider.
Well, he's a king no more.
What do we do with him? We can't leave him here.
I mean, the only thing we could do is maybe take him with us. Like, strap him to Binks Griffin.
Yeah, we can do that.
Perhaps someone in the next town will be able to offer him care until he awakens.
Our next town's gonna be Senalise, though. Do you think the aspect that is there is going to try to recapture him?
Perhaps, though I'm sure the other aspect has their own vessel. It's hard to say, though.
Maybe they were telepathically linked, so if we could wake him up. Get some information about the other aspects. If he knows anything. Just speculating.
Right, could be. Though we were not able to wake the Queen of Aralani, right?
Well, I don't know if we tried hard enough, considering Aiden was there.
What? What does
I
that
mean,
mean?
there are certain unconventional ways to wake people up.
Lansdar, what are you thinking?
I'm not necessarily thinking anything, but, like, I mean, if instead of putting him on the back of Binks Griffin, we could, like, tie his legs together and tie him to one of the Griffin's legs and then have the Griffin fly away and smack some trees or something. I mean, if that happened to me, I would wake up.
How are you so smart sometimes? And so, we're not tying him to the Griffin's legs, Zanzidar.
I'm just thinking of ways to wake people up.
It's a good way to knock him back out.
Like, yeah.
Ugh. Well, I don't even remember what we tried on the Queen, but
I'm pretty sure we tried protection from good and evil.
yes.
Though I think Aiden did that on his own.
Yep.
And then Aiden did some kind of ceremony to preserve her body or something.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like maybe a little bit above table versus in character. Lalia tried something. I don't remember if it was remove curse or greater restoration, but she tried one of those things. I think it was greater restoration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did try greater restoration and it didn't work. If you want to try and put some thought into curing or reviving this person, somebody can make a medicine check.
I mean, I'll try. Can't hurt.
I think Zanzibar is starting to pull out rope from his bag.
Stop it. That's natural one. And that's on Calliope though. Hold on, that's Calliope.
Oh
Let me
god.
try that on Lalia. There we go. 18. Calliope not good at the medicine.
Yeah. You gather that you didn't put a whole lot of effort into it because you guys were spent, and you also had the friendly aspect in the ground offering to shelter her, as they didn't believe that taking them back to Aralani would be a great idea. You did try a greater restoration, and you felt that it had an effect, but you gather that it probably would have needed to have been fueled a little bit more, or maybe you could try it and have like a DC mechanically to use that. But you also know that a lot of things could also be cured with a wish spell.
Right. Well, I do have more than one greater restoration now thanks to our shopping. So I could try, use my free one to see if we can wake him up.
Go for it.
Maybe if I put a little extra oomph into it. Put your rope away. Goodness gracious.
We're gonna probably, if he doesn't wake up, we're gonna have to lash him to the griffin anyway, because there's no way he's holding on.
Yeah. Alright. Well, Dahlia will pull out her prayer bead of greater restoration and I guess attempt to cast it again. What is this guy? Excuse me.
Yep. So as you push the bead into his being and try and focus your energy on this, it will have you make like a spell scroll. Have you make a check to see if you can overcome whatever is afflicting him. And so it'll be with your spell casting modifier, which I believe for you is a +6. So your DC on this is going to be a 20.
Alright. There goes nothing. Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Sweet. So I will guide myself. Hey, that is a 29
Nice.
total.
Nice.
So as you focus this energy into this individual and you feel the effects of this restoration coursing through their body, you see that they do begin to stir. And they kind of shake their head and like their eyes open a little and they kind of look around. Whoa, who are you all? What's going on?
Friend, we're going to need you to take a deep breath. We are adventurers with very terrible news.
What's that?
I don't know how to tell you this, friend, but your entire kingdom has been destroyed.
Excuse me?
Are you the Lord of Krydor, or the king, or the...
Yeah, that'd be me.
Well, unfortunately, sir, something came through and laid waste to your town. That something being an aspect of Tiamat.
Excuse me? What the?
Yes, it's a lot to take in. You are actually inside of it, we think.
Did I get eaten?
No manner of speaking. I think it was using you to, like, power itself or ground itself. It's a little bit on the magic-y side for me, but,
It was using like my body as like a conduit for its dastardly deeds.
exactly. See, you get it. Anyway, we were able to destroy the aspect, but when we arrived here, your town had already been destroyed, and then when the aspect died, well, it got incinerated.
What? And you see he kind of starts to stand up and like look around. Says,
Be careful,
Hold
sir.
on.
Don't go far. You are in no condition to be walking.
This is my mountain. And all my people.
You mean your plateau?
It's,
Zanzibar.
he just kind of gives you an eye like.
Lalia is not laughing.
This cannot be forgiven.
Well, that's what we can agree on.
Damn. Five-headed demon.
Yeah, we are planning to destroy her. If you want in, it's gonna take us a minute, but we will ultimately be going after her.
Nothing would bring me more joy than to rip the heads off of that damn being. Destroying all my people. I have no doubt that they've died valiantly fighting. That is the way of our people. I will do the same.
I like you.
Who are you?
Lalia Hoofbeats, at your service.
Wonderful. You look like you'd be a real sturdy steed. And what about you, Dragonborn?
What? Wait a minute.
Wait, are you a fighter? You're not, like,
Yes.
a travel animal?
No.
Wow. I've never seen someone like you.
Clearly.
What are your parents like?
Me.
Wow.
And dead.
Well, I know how that goes. Well, I like this one. Then he looks over at Zan. What about you?
Just passing through.
Well, that's about how most lizards work. You got a name?
Jeff.
His
Yeah.
name's Zanzibar.
Oh,
Shut up, Lalia.
Jeff Zanzibar. Okay. And is that your son? As he points to Bink.
Yes, it's our son because he looks just like us.
Oh, well, I didn't see the family resemblance, but he's got a beard. Son, how old are you?
Really.
Do we still have Bink?
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
That
fine.
thing just cut out for a second there.
Sorry, this Goliath King is looking at you, Bink. He says, son, how old are you?
I'm only 21.
Oh. Well, that explains the beard then. Apologies. I didn't realize you were as old as you are. You must be one of them gnome things, right?
Yeah, you're right. I am a gnome.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Those guys are really good at getting in and out of small spaces, I hear. He kind of looks over at Callie. He's like, what about you? You're an elf?
In a manner of speaking.
And who are you?
Calliope Emberson.
I know that name.
Yeah, a lot of people do. You can call me Callie.
Oh, well, all right. Never thought I'd be hanging out with one of those people, but well, okay. Well, it's wonderful to meet you all. I guess I owe you my thanks. You saved me. You got me out of that beast.
I can keep this, right? He's twirling the crown on his finger.
Oh, yeah, I just made that the other day. It's nothing big. I lose them all the time, so you're welcome to it.
And
Right.
what is your name, friend?
Oh, my name's Kreider.
Right.
What?
No, it's just easy to remember, I guess.
Oh, you gonna say something about? Oh, you're just gonna make a town and name it after yourself? Yes, I am. My town.
You
Well,
mean
not anymore.
plateau?
What?
You said your plateau again, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I think it might better be classified as a butte, actually.
A butt?
Yeah. A butte.
There's no crack.
That's good. That means it's a good butte.
I don't know about that.
You don't want a crack in your butte. It's going to fall down.
But then how you gonna poop?
Very careful. What
What
does
do you-
pooping have to do with buttes?
Well, what are you gonna wipe? If your butte ain't got a crack in it.
You don't have to wipe anything. What are we
Whoa.
talking about?
Wouldn't that be something? You guys are lucky. Well, anyways, I'm mighty thankful for y'all. I'm pretty tired. I don't think I'd be fighting any Tiamas today, but maybe tomorrow.
Yes, we will look to call on you. Actually, we are headed south, though, to fight 2 more. If you are, do you know anything about Sinalise? Or, I mean, I assume you know more about Baldur's Gate, but
I know quite a bit about Baldur's Gate, but you're going to Sinalise?
yeah, they have something similar to what attacked you here.
They're being attacked?
Yeah.
Let them die.
Why?
Just a bunch of dumbass elves.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's an aspect there, though, so I'd be willing to help you kill that thing, but I'm not doing it for the elves.
No, you're doing it for revenge.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely.
That's why we're all out here, right?
Fucking elves. Yes.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, I know the way to Sinalise. I guess I can take you there.
It'd be helpful. We would love the assist.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, maybe don't tell them who I am. Let's just make up a name or something. They don't really like me.
Lalia will let your name slip all the time. She does it to me.
Well,
No,
we
see,
might get in trouble, dude.
Here's the thing, Kryder. I told Xandadar several months ago that I would never lie for him again. He used up his quota. You have a day's worth of my lying.
All right.
Or 2 if it's 2 days
You
away.
don't have to lie. Just tell them you just met me and some oath, you know.
But it's not true. I already met you.
What? Well, you just met me, though.
Right, but I know what your name is. So if they ask me, hey, what's the big guy's name?
Well, maybe I lied to you.
Well, just call him Tiny.
And there you go. Just give me a nickname. That's not lying, right? You just use my nickname.
I think it still might be lying, but okay, I'll try out Tiny.
I mean, it's elves. They lie all the time.
Elves lie all the
Right.
time?
Of course.
What do they have to lie about?
Everything. You know, saying you're not allowed to marry my daughter because you killed my son-in-law. Stuff like that.
Did you kill
Well,
someone?
you did what?
What? I just told you it was a lie.
Wait, someone made up a lie that you killed someone's son-in-law?
Exactly.
That doesn't seem
I mean, we're
Why would they lie
hypothetically
about
speaking
that?
anyways, right?
totally.
I mean, your body count is so much higher now.
What?
What?
You were in the aspect of Tiamat. So you killed your whole town.
I only got one body.
Xandadar, we don't think that way. We need him at least semi-mentally intact to help us.
Man, you guys are confusing.
Yeah, that comes with the territory. We're not very good at people either, so...
Oh, well, all right, just call me Tiny.
Alright, Tiny. Tiny Kryder.
Yeah, that'll probably be all right. I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, it was all it was a lie. None of that happened, really. I don't think.
Insight check.
Sure.
I'll follow up with that, sure.
Yep, definitely the truth.
Ah.
And you're pretty sure it was a lie.
Oh, man.
For sure he's telling the truth, or at least he believes it's the truth.
Alright. Yeah, Tiny Kryder, I know a thing or two about romance, and there are a lot of holes in your story.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so they filled him with a bunch of crap.
Exactly.
I tell you what.
Yep. I can teach them a thing or two about romance.
Gee.
Oh. That is not what I thought you were going to say.
What do you think I was going to say?
I can teach them a lot of things about filling holes.
Well, that's my job.
When would I have done that? We're
I don't
talking about
know.
love. Not talking about digging holes.
So what is it that you do then, if you're going to help us fight this team out?
What do you mean, what is it that I do?
Like, do you wield a weapon? Do you cast spells?
I do a little bit of both, I guess.
Oh.
Is he in street attire, or does he have, like, armor on and such?
At the moment, he's kind of wearing like a plated kilt.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we know somebody else who likes those.
Do we? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Gastier and Droopy, they both rock the kilts.
Oh.
They're bright red. How do you miss them?
He kind of searches around and says, well, give me a second here, hold on. And you see as he digs out of the rubble and pulls out a massive black warhammer that seems to be giving off this, like, foggy black energy. He says, oh, there it is. Hold on a second. He digs around a little bit more. And you see he pulls out this black shield that's also giving off a little energy. So there, I use these in my head, and I guess spells a little bit, but mostly these.
Is it similar to the energy that the aspect was using?
No.
Okay.
This one looks more physical.
Mm.
He says, well, I kind of, I use my meat masher here and my shield in honor of Kavaki.
And who's that?
He's the god of the Goliath, the ram god.
Oh.
How's he doing these days?
I don't know. I don't really talk to him.
Oh.
He just gives me power.
You don't talk to your god?
I don't talk to a lot of people.
Then how do you know what you're supposed to be doing?
It's pretty simple. You survive. You kill stuff that tries to kill you.
Oh.
That's about it.
Well, it sounds pretty straightforward, I suppose.
Yep. I'm pretty good at it, using the sword. Sometimes I don't use the shield. Sometimes I just use my big meat hammer, and you give them a little extra skadoosh when you hit them sometimes, and you say for Kavaki, and it does a little extra oomph.
Aha.
Okay.
Zanzibar's not impressed.
Nope. Not yet, anyway.
Well, I'm pretty good at fighting. That's, why I got to name the town after me.
Because you are the best fighter?
Yep.
Which town was that again?
Best fighter in all of Kreider.
You mean tiny?
Well, the town was called Kreider.
Oh.
But, hold on. Yes, the town of Tiny. That doesn't sound as fantastic. That's alright, it's going anyways.
Then you at least can pretend it's still here. You just can't see it.
I don't really want to be the king of a tiny town, though. That doesn't sound very good. We were the biggest settlement of Goliaths in all of the Sword Coast. Not anymore, though. It's probably somebody else now.
Perhaps some of your townspeople got away? Well, it says very non-committally.
If anybody that lived here ran away from that fight, I'll kill him myself.
That tracks.
Doesn't matter how powerful a demon is, you never back down from a fight, especially if they're taking out your own family.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, no, I like you.
Oh, that's good. So you guys got anything to eat? I'm a little bit hungry.
Think?
Yeah, give me a sec. I hand him the mug of chunky apple juice.
He starts chugging it. He says, "Alright, you know, this stuff's pretty good.
Thank you. It's from my village.
What is it?
Chunky apple juice.
Apple juice? What's an apple?
Special apples.
Special apple? What's a special apple?
Let's just say my village grows special apples. It can't be grown outside the village specifically.
You grow these things? Wait,
Yeah,
you eat
in
stuff
an
that you
instant.
grow?
Bing just lets him enjoy the rest of it. He's like,
You have a lot to learn, buddy. You have a lot to learn.
Well, alright. I mean, meat's meat, I guess. He eventually hands it back to you. He says, "Well, that was pretty filling. I'm not really sure what type of an animal apple is, but I can't wait to kill a couple."
Not an
and-
animal. Fruit.
What?
It's a fruit. It's a fruit.
A what? Are you?
You'll learn more,
You
don't
telling me
worry.
I just ate a fruit?
Yeah.
Crap. Now I gotta go to confession.
Don't worry. It's healthy and it's good. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
would you
not
go
supposed to
confession?
eat. I'm not supposed to eat fruits. Kavaki's gonna be mad. That's alright, I just won't tell him. Maybe I'll get away with it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, I guess we're going to Sin East then, huh?
Yep.
Well, it'll take us about a day to get there from here. If you want me to help, we'll probably have to sleep again.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not so bad. It will give our fighter time to catch up.
Well, alright. That works for me. Well, time to go get some revenge, I guess. Who's with me?
Yeah. Oh, just you and
There
me.
you got one person.
Ah, wonderful. See, I knew I liked her. This is gonna be great. You know, I'm so glad that you guys asked me to be the leader of your little group.
No.
What?
You are definitely not the leader.
I
Might be the guide.
definitely am the leader.
No, you're not.
I just told you I was king.
Yeah, and you destroyed your own city, so no.
Well, then you should fear me. I must be pretty
Yeah, right.
powerful.
Uh-huh.
That's alright. There's always a couple subjects who don't really agree. You weed them out in the end.
I have the crown.
That's not a crown. That's a ring. It's a head ring.
Yeah. It's called a crown.
No, it's called a head ring. Ugh, man, you guys got a lot to learn. Good thing you got me around. Alright.
I assume he starts walking away.
Yep.
Satan will sidle up next to Lalia. We should have just tied him to the griffin.
I think it will be fine. He strikes me as someone who doesn't maintain interest for very long. We'll show him something shiny after he helps us and say goodbye.
Oh, I was thinking about just like throwing him into a different dimension.
He'd probably be fine if we did that, so.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys following south?
Yep.
Are we not resting first?
I mean, you can sleep immediately again if you want.
I guess it is
Or you can get
morning
closer
right now.
first.
Yeah, we can get
Either
closer.
way.
How is Tiny feeling about it? He's marching out of town?
Yep.
Okay. Keep up.
Ho, ho, off to kill a demon we go.
No singing.
What? Who was singing? I was war
No one.
chanting.
No war chanting either.
What do you mean no war chanting?
They're ruining the peace.
What? We're going to make peace. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta bring chaos sometimes to make a little peace.
You can make all the noise you want when we get there, but when we're walking, we listen to the trees and to Bink's music.
How the hell do you listen to trees?
Exactly.
You burning all the trees on the way? That's the only way I know how to hear them.
What? No, you
Well,
just
then they
listen
crackle
to
and
them.
stuff. What? There's nothing to listen to. They don't chant war chants.
Well, that's what you think.
I must have a weird language then. Somebody ought to teach me that.
You know what? You're just not enough of a warrior. They talk to the
Hold on a second now.
What?
Nobody says I'm not that much of a warrior. I'll make them damn trees sing. He kind of steps up to one with his hammer. Speak, tree!
You can't hear him. If
Nope,
you're
he just
yelling.
said, I am the king, I will speak. Didn't you hear him? I kind of like this, listening to tree stuff. You guys got a point. All right. So he kind of puffs up his chest and starts walking silently. Yep. That's right. Yep.
That's not silence.
What? I'm listening to the trees. I'm just trying to actively listen and make sure they understand that I hear them. Oh, yep, you got it. See, that one... You guys don't get it.
Wally is avoiding making eye contact with Zanzibar.
Well, as you guys travel towards Sinalise, I'm not going to make you burn any spells or anything like that. We can just say thematically you spend most of the next day walking. You are able to make it within just about an hour or so of the city before it's time to rest. So if there's any conversations you would like to have in that time or before going to bed, we could go to the next day since I don't think anybody burned anything yet.
Um,
I burned my great restoration, but
You get that back.
we like camping out with a fire.
It's up to you guys. Is that what you want to do?
I mean, if we want to.
Well, I mean, we could still have the mansion there, but camping out around a fire sounds good.
That does sound good.
And I mean, technically, we don't need to allow Kreider into the mansion.
I see.
So here, for note, then you guys get to like a clearing, and Kreider kind of checks it out. And he's like, "Yep, this will be a great place. We're just about an hour out. Just wake me up when you're ready to go." And he just lays down in the middle of the clearing and starts snoring.
Well, that was easy enough. He's saying we'll sit out by the fire for a while. anybody else.
Depending on how actually quiet Kreider was on the walk, I think Lolly will probably go take some time away to center herself a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he probably muttered to himself like the whole trip.
What is Callie doing?
Callie. What is Callie doing? Talking to Aiden, but that can't happen. So, I think all day today she looked a little haggard. I don't think she slept super great the night before. Just dealing with every time she started to drift off, she'd be reminded, like, see images of what she saw in the dragon when it scared her and stuff. Memories of the everything. So I think this evening she pulls out some of her craft supplies and some of the bones and bits and pieces that she's collected over the last few adventures, and in a desperate desire to restore some normalcy and kind of find her equilibrium, she's gonna work on an arts and crafts project.
Oh boy.
So above table, this puts Zan in a weird spot because he knows Kelly wasn't honest with him about her fear of going to the demi-plane or the whatever happened with the banishment spell. So, two choices. Confront her now about it, or give her some PTSD.
Or give her some PTSD.
God damn. That's right, it's Dungeons and Dragons. We got trauma.
If Zane will probably try and find Kelly, and he's probably gonna if she's not around the campfire, he's gonna walk and try and find her.
Well, she needs light to work on her craft, so she probably is by the campfire. Unless,
Okay.
did we put up the mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then she's inside.
Yeah.
She's in the mansion.
Okay.
Okay.
But easy enough to find her. She's not hiding necessarily.
What you working on?
A new diorama that I've been thinking about for a while.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's it supposed to be? 'Cause I can't tell.
I can't tell you yet. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Does it have something to do with the fear and the madness that you were having earlier?
No. Why?
Well, when you were out of your mind, I tried casting banishment on you, and you said some thing. Do you remember?
Does Calliope remember? She does? Okay. Oh, yeah.
What was that about?
Have you ever been in one of your demi-planes?
I don't think Zan has been in his own banishment spell. But I can't remember if he has been in a banishment spell or not. He's been to a different plane because the first aspect sent him to a different plane.
Right.
So does that count?
Does it
Yeah, a
count?
little bit. It's at least similar enough.
I've been in something similar to it.
But you've never had it cast on you? Or no, you've had it cast on. Yes, we just covered this. My bad. Above table, my bad. I'm getting lost.
That's okay.
Well, I can't really explain it fully. Because I don't think I was being... Well, no, I know I wasn't being rational when I got frightened of the dragon. Something about its presence or its abilities was just like nothing I'd ever seen before. And when I looked into its eyes, it just felt like it was gonna suck me in and launch me off into nothing. And so then when you tried to launch me into nothing, I don't know, my brain told me it was still the dragon.
Oh. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
Does it? Because I don't really understand anything of what happened. I didn't like it. I normally really like the spooky things, but I guess that was different than spooky.
I mean, when an enemy casts a spell on you, I don't think you're supposed to like it, so.
Yeah, I guess that tracks. But, you know, you're my friend, and you cast a spell on me and I still didn't like it, so... Maybe it was just the moment of it all.
Yeah, but it's not like I could just stand by and let you do whatever you were going to do either.
I mean, you could have. After all I've put this group through, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have deserved it.
I mean, Yes, and I think you've slowly started to redeem yourself, assuming you aren't hiding anything else from us.
What? Who's hiding? No.
I mean, I don't like the fact that I have to come and interrogate you when you weren't honest really with me the first time. But I'm glad it wasn't anything too serious.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really hard for me to talk about this kind of stuff.
And why do you think that is?
Probably childhood trauma.
You? No.
I don't know, I just mostly listened when I was growing up to other people talking about things. I'm not used to people wanting to know what I'm thinking. I like it though.
Well, that's good.
Do you want to tell ghost stories?
I mean, I'm not sure I really have any ghost stories.
Do you have scary adventures that you've been on before I met you? Those could count.
Nah, it's pretty much the norm. I mean, essentially, maybe the scariest thing we've done was enter that Temple of Miracle, but I took you there, so.
Oh yeah, that was fun. We should go back there sometime. You know, when the world's not ending and we aren't rushing around trying to save people.
Right. Like a mini vacation with skeletons.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could do that sometime after everything's over.
Sweet.
What do you think you're gonna do when everything's over?
I don't know, maybe go to high school.
I thought they just like kicked you out if you decided not to be there.
Right, but you know, maybe I could re-enroll. See what they know. I'm sure, assuming Neverwinter is still standing, Mom and Dad will want me to start working on my responsibilities.
Yeah, suppose so.
So maybe school could be a way to still have fun.
I mean, you get to interact with people your age.
True. What about you? What are you gonna do when this is all over?
Well, I've got my mage tower to build.
Right.
Gonna make a cool ass dagger. Who knows? Maybe after my mage tower, look at conquering the world, and then I can just decide what I want to happen.
I think you'd make a great world dominator.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll let you get back to your work.
Thanks for checking on me.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
And Zan goes off to bed.
Cool. With no other issues, you guys make it through the night and wake the next morning. As you awake and begin to step out of the mansion, you see that Kreider is already awake. And you see that he has built a bonfire and has the bodies of 3 or 4 deer currently roasting on spits. You step out the front door. He says, "Oh, new friends! I feel great this morning. I made us all breakfast. What do you say to a little venison?"
As long as it's cooked all the way through.
"Well, of course, you cook on all the sides." "You know, you guys are weird, but I'm starting to like you."
Walia is not partaking of the venison.
He doesn't really notice, but he says, "Well, have as much as you want." And he watches. He takes one of the back legs of one of the deer carcass and just rips it off and starts eating it. He says, "Ah, this is great stuff."
Must have some good hunting skills if you can bag 3 deers before we wake up.
"Well, of course, I'm the best hunter in my clan." Which I guess isn't a claim to fame anymore, since, you know, there's only 4 of us. 5 of us.
4 of you.
Yeah. 5.
Okay.
There's 5. Sorry, I forgot how to count for a second there. Yeah, me and you 4. That's alright. Our clan will get bigger over time.
You know,
I didn't know we were looking for people.
Yes.
We're not really looking to be in a clan. We're just looking for help in Sinalise.
Wait. You mean you don't want to, like, be my friend?
Oh, we can be friends, but we're not going to be clans people.
But you don't, like, want to help me, like, rebuild my civilization?
If I ever meet another Goliath, I
but-
can let them know.
But it doesn't take Goliath. It takes all types to build a city, you know. And you see, like, one little tear welling up in the side of his eye. I thought maybe I found something good
Yeah.
here. What was that?
I was just saying, oh my god, for the tear in his eye.
You know, I thought this would be a new beginning.
It is for you, but not for the 6 of us, or however many there are. 5 of us,
Well,
plus Peter.
I got to begin somewhere.
Yes, you do with yourself.
Yes, and I gather other people into my clan.
Those people must be willing, friend. Consent is important.
That's not how it went the first time. I just beat them up.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, they made me king.
And now you have a butte.
A beautiful butte
Ah,
that I
but no
wipe,
people.
usually. What? I have 5 people. I just told you that.
Well, listen, just don't be disappointed if we leave you at some point.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just hunt you down and kill you.
Yeah, alright.
Well, I mean, no, I take that back. As long as you're still out there fighting and you're not running away, I think I can allow that.
We don't really need your... you know what? I have a headache.
All right, one.
Do you now, Lolia? Do you have a headache?
I do. Why? Your yelling at me is not helping.
Well, alright. I don't know you guys would really survive Goliath culture anyway, so we'll just be friends for now.
I appreciate you looking out for us.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want you guys, I want you fellas to get hurt, so.
Yeah. We would get so boo-booed.
Exactly. See,
Yeah.
it's, you know what?
And you know what? Sometimes we do have to run away. So,
you know,
we would not...
I'm so glad I came up with the idea of only
Mainly
being...
Zanzadar is
What?
the one who runs, but we follow him.
Oh. Well, maybe in our time together, I can fix that. But you know what? That
Banishment of Lolia.
Yeah, sure. Where's my... I just want to roll this charisma save here real fast. That would be a 35.
thing she said. Well, you know what, guys? I think this is wonderful, and you know, I think it's a great idea that you guys shouldn't hang out with me forever, because I'm so glad that I thought about that. And I just want to make sure I let you all know I'm only going to be your leader temporarily. Okay?
Only as long as you're sure, you know.
Yeah, look, it's a sacrifice I got to make.
Well, we will have to find a way to live without you.
I believe you can do that. It'll take some getting used to, but you know what? Once we have killed Tiamat, I will relinquish leadership to whoever can beat me in a fist fight. I'll take it easy on them.
You don't... Okay.
That was a joke.
What is joke? What is this phrase?
It's where you say something, but you don't actually mean it because you're being silly.
So you're lying.
No, I was joking. It's totally a different thing.
Listen, man, I can't follow a liar.
What, you guys know what jokes are?
Her sense of humor is not quite all there.
Apparently.
Should be like banishment on Zanzadar, but I only have one use of that spell. So I'm not gonna do it.
He said, alright, whatever. So anyways, this dragon that you said is in Sinalise, this is Tiamat, right?
Right.
So once we kill her there, she's gone. We've done our job. Tiamat's dead.
Well, one
No.
of the Tiamats.
What do you mean one
Yeah.
of the Tiamats?
There's more than one.
How many are there?
A lot.
Well, this is gonna take a while then.
Well, if you help us with Sinalise, that'd be great. And then that you will have avenged your town,
And we can give you a new town.
and we can
But
give
is
you...
this the real Tiamat, or is this just like some other person that's taken over like I was?
More like you.
But does that matter?
Well, yes, it matters, because if somebody else got done doing what I had done to me, not only do I have to save them, but then I have to get revenge for them too.
I think you're overthinking it.
I'm thinking I gotta kill a lot of Tiamats.
Yep. You see our problem now.
Man, I don't know why I ever agreed to be your leader. Who wants to be leader? I'm cool with following. When do you guys be the leader?
You're talking to
Who?
me.
You're the leader?
Yes.
But you run away.
Yes.
He says, hold on a second. Hold on. He looks over at Lolly. Nope, you're the leader now, because I say so.
I don't want to be the leader.
You can't follow this guy. He's like 4. And he runs away.
We mainly just let him say he's the leader. He's not actually the leader, but he's the one who wants the title.
I get it. We're lying. Okay. I gotcha. All right, blue guy. You're the leader.
Thank you.
Lolly is gonna chase down Aiden and ask for some of that alcohol.
I'm finally starting to understand you guys. I think we're gonna get along.
Okay.
But, before we get too far into this, just how many of these things do we gotta kill to get to the real one?
At least 3 more.
3 more? Alright, that I can. Okay, well, where's the real one at? Can't we just go find that one?
I think she's somewhere in the astral.
Yeah.
She's in whose ass?
Exactly.
Alright, well, I'll just follow you guys then. You just point the way.
You were supposed to lead us to Senelise.
Well, I meant
Are you
after
gonna do
today.
your job or not?
I meant after today. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Man, when do you guys feed this kid? He's dumb.
No, actually, that's one of the best leader things he's ever done. He's given good instructions.
Oh, I see we're lying again. That's awesome.
I mean,
You got it,
if
buddy.
you actually listen to your leader, this guy would be tied up from a griffin. So.
Wow, that's crazy. You're great at this, I think.
Oh, no.
Alright, well, anyways, time to get to Senelise then, right?
Yep.
Gonna help out them elves, I guess. There's a couple of them I hope aren't actually around anymore, but we'll see what happens. Alright, let's go. He
After you.
starts leading away from camp.
We'll sidle up next to Bink. We're giving this guy Lily on after he helps us with this.
Alrighty.
I'm sure Rhaegar won't have a problem with that.
Of course not. Why would he?
We'll let it be Rygar's problem.
Oh no.
Oh boy. So, you guys spend the better part of another hour or so traveling. You had camped just inside the perimeter of a very large forest. So, moving through the trees, you can tell it's daylight out, but it's definitely shaded. And so you're having a hard time seeing above you. But you can hear plenty of birds and animals and things around you as the forest seems to be fairly lively. But as you travel and as you presumably get closer to your destination, you begin to hear less and less sounds around you. And eventually, Kreider stops at the base of a very large tree. For those of you that know trees, it would be like the equivalency of like a redwood tree, but a little bit thicker, and you definitely can't see the top looking straight up. He says, well, this here's the entrance tree up to Senelise. This will take us just outside the, what do they call it? The visitors hall, I guess, where you sign in and put your name down on a little tablet or something, and they let you look at the city.
They have a sign-in sheet for their city?
Elves, man, I tell you, they keep track of everything. It's weird.
Actually, this is kind of a good idea. Maybe I'll take this back home.
I'm pretty sure you can't even take a dump without somebody having to sign off on it. It was weird. That part might not be true, but it feels like it. Well, if you all are ready, we can head on up.
Yeah.
All right. He gives the tree a couple taps, and you watch as some vines like sprout out from the bottom and begin to form a platform with some rails on it. And he says, "Well, step on. This will take us up to the top."
Okay.
Y'all aren't afraid of heights, are you?
Just
Nope,
stairs.
I can fly.
All right, that's good then. That's good. I'm just gonna watch the tree. She turns and just stares at the tree trunk as the platform created by vines begins to ascend. So as you guys are ascending, you eventually break the tops of most of the trees. Though you can see now there are a handful of trees the size of the one you're riding in this area that all seem to go a few hundred feet even above the regular trees here. Though their branches you can see cast all the way down and touch the tops of the smaller trees, almost creating like a dome around what you can assume is the city up in the branches. But there is a point where you can kind of see out to the sky. And as you're watching and as you're ascending up this trunk, you catch an interesting sight. You see as from the east, kind of around the side of the tree, you all can see it, but you're also partially covered from it. You see a large 5-headed dragon soaring through the sky, headed for the tops of the trees that you're ascending into. Though it catches you off guard, as you can expect, this aspect is also different from the others. It doesn't seem to be attacking. It just seems to be headed into the city. But the unique part is, as it passes through, you kind of get a little bit of the rising sun behind it, and it's almost like you can see through it. It looks like this dragon is made out of some like purple gem as the sun shines on it, and it begins to refract and send out this rainbow of colors from its body. And as it gets closer and closer and closer, of all the aspects you've seen so far, this is by far the largest. And it does appear to be made of gems. As it lands in the tops of the trees, and you feel even the tree that you're on quiver and shake as some leaves and branches fall from the surrounding area. And you finish your travel. And I'll show you what you see as the town of Sinalise, or city of Sinalise. You arrive outside of this building, but on your way up, you caught glimpses of this tree-top city.
Oh, wow.
That's gorgeous.
And that's where we'll end.
Okay.
Ah. Wow, though.
Dum dum. And I think we will have session next week.
Okay.
I don't think we
Yeah.
have anything planned, so unless that changes, we'll plan on meeting next Saturday. And we'll get into the town of
Alrighty.
Sinalise and see what this is going to be about.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Yo.
That'll be it for the stream.